Welcome to Grog Talk. I'm James.
I'm Dan.
And where are we from today, Dan?
Today we are from the Affidaf Orc.
And look, they have cups with their names on it.
Oh, so. Here, you need to have some of this. So this is Newcastle.
Yes, we're drinking. It's, by the way, for those who don't know, this is 8 in the morning here in the United States, and we're drinking already.
Yeah, but we're Anglophiles. What time is it over there?
It's 1 o'clock.
See?
Yes, 1 o'clock. So
I know it's hard to see. I was a little disappointed it's hard to see. Yeah, but on the mug,
kind of see it.
It says Affidaf Orc.
That's right. So that's a homage to Aurelian Daniel Collerton's famous work. And we spoke to him a couple weeks ago. Still missed that. Good morning, good evening. Yes. Thank you, sir. And actually, I'm glad you're here, Minion. And it's midnight for David. You know, all around the world, the Grog Empire. The sun never sets on the Grog Empire.
That's true. That's true.
That's wonderful.
I'm going to take one sip.
Yes.
Because this is Newcastle, right? Because Daniel Collerton is from Newcastle.
I believe so, yes.
So I wanted to get a Newcastle ale.
And this is one of my personal favorites.
Okay, and you've got a little bit there.
I'll drink I'm not going anywhere. This is my house, so I can drink the whole thing. So.
I forgot to wash this before it came.
Well, I'm sure the chemicals that they bathed it in are perfectly. I'm
sure it's a hell of a lot cleaner than what you get at the Affidaf Orc.
That's right, exactly.
All right, I'm gonna.
So cheers.
Will you think one sip make me sick for the rest of the day? Because I have a game to run.
No, you'll be fine.
You think so?
Yeah. Don't be a wimp. You'll be fine.
Have you seen me?
Well, don't be you.
It smells terrible.
Oh, it's wonderful.
All right, here we go.
Well, let's see. We've.
That's not bad, actually.
No, it's very good. You're gonna finish the whole thing, and then I have to take you to the game.
That's gonna be quite a game. All right, this thing shouldn't spill. It's not gonna spill, is it? Because I'm done.
You'll be fine as long as the book.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be warm. No, here in the States.
Oh, that's right. We don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, well, I like it cold.
Well, you called it the Griffin Inn. When it's the Gryphon Inn, of course.
Huh?
You called it Griffin Inn. It's the Gryphon Inn. We so clearly aren't from around here.
Yes, we're not. And we're joining Minion on this. Apparently, we're a few beers behind because he's
Minion's been drinking.
He's 3 sheets to the wind.
Wow, he's on his third. Okay,
that's right. So, anyway, so the holidays are here. Unbelievable, right? We're moving forward, and again, I guess I got an early gift, which is kind of a teaser for an upcoming show.
Yes, hope so.
We're working on something. This is the hint of it. This is a documentary, right? Secrets of Blackmore.
We're gonna have yes. We may have a special guest.
Yep.
From the Minneapolis area.
Right.
And it could be, so that means there's a good chance it's Vic Dorsa.
That's right.
Well, the Scourge. Funny, right? The Scourge.
Well, it would be funny because we're not sure if he's alive anymore.
That's true. But see, if we say we're gonna have a special guest from Minneapolis, and it doesn't work out,
right.
When we come like, well, it's Vic.
Well, and we are going to have a special guest. I don't know if you knew. I haven't posted the Stranglers, Emperor Stranglers title yet, and I guess there was a formal complaint presented.
Oh my! With who? We're the top of the with us.
Well, apparently, there is a protest function in our charter, and someone claiming to be Vic said the Emperor Strangler is unhappy because it hasn't been posted, which now confirms when she comes down she's going to kill us. So it may be someone from Minneapolis, but it may not be Vic. It may be the Emperor Strangler killing us.
You should let them stay at your house.
Okay.
Not my house.
I'm not afraid.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right. It's right. Vic is Weekend at Bernie's.
Weekend of Vic's.
Weekend of Vic's. So anyway, so yes, we're hoping. So again, just real recap. Dave Arneson, the connection to us is he lived here for a few years. He worked at Full Sail, which is a university, which is right across the street from where our local game shop is.
That's right.
And so, his birthday was October 1st, and there was a Gary Gygax Day, and so we're trying to do a Dave Arneson Day at the end of the month.
Indeed.
And so this is a documentary about Secrets of Blackmore, and we're hoping to watch that as well. And Dan was gracious enough to buy me a shirt, so the season of giving started early for me.
Well, sort of. I mean, it was too large for me.
I'll take it.
All right. That's about as much gift giving. That's the max gift giving I do.
I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah. All right.
So, GrogCon, actually, yeah, well, I think we got to meet with Craig hopefully next month. So there's not really any news at this point. The holidays have kind of grind that to thing. Though we have to our patrons, I've posted the paranoia scenario.
Oh, you did.
Yes, a paranoia scenario, and I posted the version of the Porcelain Sword of Queen Ashala that was run at GROGTALK 2019.
Very nice.
And so our patrons have been scooping that up. So if you are a patron, you get those materials. If you are at the silver tier or higher. And so if you want to support us, that's the easy way to do that. And we have no reviews on iTunes, but we do have another title to give out today, which is your favorite thing. Our dear friend Menyon, who is on the line, has decided after observing the expansion of the Empire. That's it.
That he wants in.
He wants in, and he put his money where his mouth is. So you're
a marketing genius.
I'm a marketing genius.
Yeah, I'm artisan. You're Gygax because of this title business. For those of you that are just listening in, you may have heard James throwing back.
Yeah, I'm still drinking
a warm one.
Yeah,
is that what they say in England?
Apparently, well, that sounds disgusting.
I need to throw back.
I don't think that's right. So we are here to bestow his title, and while you look up the page, even though I guess I should
a million times.
I should bookmark
think it's in the
this
50s, isn't it? No, it's not.
I think it's 21 or something.
Okay, hang on.
Say?
Are you sure I got the right one?
38.
Yes, I did. What would you? 38.
Sorry.
I'm looking at some of these other interesting.
They are very interesting.
It's hard. You should open up one of these best of, and you just want to stop and read each one of these. All right.
Every dollar is worth it. Dan is confused. He's had a drink. He's intoxicated. This show is going down.
Yeah, that one sip, I'm done. I'm out.
He's done already.
All right, let's do it. Are we doing it?
Absolutely. So.
All right, I need you to roll, and I hope you know. So this is.
You brought the D30.
Minion's very active and a great supporter. I hope he gets a really good one.
Oh, what's the bet? He's going to be a Chamberlain.
Yeah, right. Well, it's about a 50% chance.
It feels that way.
All right, so it's out of 15 here, right?
Yeah. So D30 divided by 2.
Yeah.
9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Captain.
Captain. Okay. So the captain. Well, you know, no true words have been said, Chamberlain August from Australia. But he said you need a straight drink before we talk about psionics.
No, I thought you're not supposed to do psionics while you're drunk.
You know, that is a good question. Well, it does lower your intelligence. So you guys can discuss if you've been heavily intoxicated and your intelligence. Well, no, your intelligence and wisdom go down. If it goes low, do you have a chance that your psionics doesn't work?
Oh my
discuss.
Gosh.
Good job. So we got to do.
Yeah, we got to do the next one. 30.
Is that 6? 6.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. The captain, most brilliant, all brilliant. His most brilliant.
His most brilliant.
His most
brilliant.
I like that. The captain, his most brilliant.
You liked it? 30. I found my dice.
This is so much easier.
I think they're in my trunk. All right, 30 again, right?
3.
Sagacity.
What is a sagacity?
Isn't sagacious to mean? Is it not talkative? Is it?
Wow, that's a good word.
Is sagacious talkative?
Where am I?
We're not good with the words.
Yeah, we didn't actually look. How do you spell that?
S-A-G. Where am I now? What was it?
Sagacious, number 3.
Oh, over there, yeah. Well, or A-C-I-T-Y, Saga City for
A-C-I-T-Y.
sagacity, but it's probably going
to be. Meaning of great sagacious. So that's helpful. Intelligent wisdom, it looks like.
Political. Oh, it's going to be okay.
Having keen mental discernment and good judgment.
So it's not doesn't mean talkative. You know, that would have been an odd one to choose, right?
Well, he's doing pretty good here. He's got a good.
Yeah.
Where's his chat? Oh crap.
So you could have a wizard that is like the sagacious.
Right. Absolutely. But that would be a self-imposed title. That's not as good.
Which is funny that I felt like that was something new I was saying there, since the title of this is called, what do you call a 25th level wizard?
Right.
Apparently Brian Bloom was onto that before me.
Well, yes.
All
I'll
right.
just leave it that way. Now we got D15.
D15. Yeah, for number 5.
1.
Oh, Crown Prince.
Another Crown Prince.
Oh, who's the Crown Prince?
Oh, we have
an army of Crown Princes?
We have at least one.
We had too many kids.
We have to call the herd out. No, we don't want that. We need more of them.
Are they all related?
I assume so, right? Isn't that how it
I
works?
think so. Yeah.
In the old times, they were all part of that.
So we're all in this together, really. I mean, they fight each other, but we really should be all in this together.
Right. There it is. Hold on. Who is the Crown Prince? This is the problem. We have so many good.
So many patrons. Oh.
No, we don't have so many patrons. We just have so many titles now. I thought we had a Crown Prince. Nope. I know we do. Chamberlain. We have Chamberlains. Maybe. Who is the Crown Prince? Oh, Crown Prince. Vic is the Crown Prince.
Oh.
I knew we had.
The Scourge.
Yes.
Yeah, it goes by the Scourge.
Hello, Captain General. Good to have another captain. That's right. He's the other captain.
Okay.
So, okay.
Oh, no, 60.
60. Oh, geez. 60. So this was 54.
So that's 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. Do you know that there's perverses on here?
No.
He's not perverse. Resolute.
Resolute.
This is all good.
This is all good.
Contentious.
He's resolute.
The belligerent. I like that.
Well, we know who the belligerent would be.
You?
Yes.
Okay.
I would be the belligerent.
All right, on to...
another D30.
Yeah.
17. Oh, that's a... Oh, did I roll the wrong dice?
What do you mean? Yeah, that's a 20.
Did I roll that for this one? I may have...
Early controversy.
Oh, wait, you know what? Whoever was watching, did I roll this dice or did I roll this dice? Does anyone know?
Oh, gosh.
Oh, I think I screwed up.
What, have you been drinking?
Yes, apparently I have. I feel like I rolled it, because this was a 16. I don't think I rolled the right dice.
Let Minion decide.
Yeah, is Resolute okay?
Let the Halfling decide.
Yeah, you're not a strangler. So we have a little controversy.
Everyone's like, yeah, you rolled the wrong dice for me too.
That's right.
No. Once the title is proclaimed, it's over.
It is. You're right. It is Resolute. It has to be because that's the title. We're infallible.
Oh.
We're infallible.
Oh, what are we thinking?
That's right. Yeah, Resolute.
The king can do no wrong.
That's right.
Okay.
I've lost my mind. So.
All right.
Anyway, I'm okay to do that. All right, here we go. D30, last one. 30.
Whoa. Oh.
Scythe of?
Scythe of?
Scythe?
You mean a scythe? That's a weapon, isn't it?
Yeah, but is there another title? Is there another meaning for scythe?
Well, we'll have to find out.
S-C-H-T-Y-E, right?
S-C-Y.
S-C-Y-T-H-E, right?
Scythe?
Yeah, scythe. Now, he is...
I kind of like that, the scythe.
That's right, he's the scythe. We have a strangler, we have these other things. He is the scythe of this. So, the scythe of... Now, he has claimed the region that he is currently residing in, his permanent home. He's emigrated from a far land and is settled in a place called Kensai, which is in Japan.
That's all he's taking? Yes,
he's taking the region. So.
It's okay. He's starting kind of small. It wasn't taking all of.
Well, he can always move
Japan.
up. The Cleric of Death. Well, that's right. So, are we ready to bestow the title upon him?
I think we are. You know what I also wanted to do at some point aren't there places where you can, when you get followers? What are the followers? You can roll up for random races, can't you?
Yes.
And classes.
Right.
Can't you?
Yes. You can do that.
You could do that
for henchmen and all the things. Absolutely. If this podcast was slow enough, yes, rolling for random followers would be even slower.
No, I meant for like what racing class they are.
Oh, for who they are.
Exactly. Right. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could tell. I heard the inflection there.
Yeah. It just. Why kill the goose laying the golden egg?
You think we got a good thing going?
It's that no one's asking for that.
All
but
right. You got to stay ahead of things.
However,
you can't get stagnant, my friend.
However, I think I think your segue is there. Well, if they change their tiers, or maybe next year, all new patrons would get their racing class.
Exactly.
That's right.
Send us money, and you get a race,
That's
and
right.
then more money you get a class.
That's right.
And the more money you send us, the higher your level.
That's right. Just send us money. That's right. That's what this is about. We're drinking, and we want money. So,
all right.
So here
he's the Cleric of Death.
I like it. That's a scary. Japan's not as friendly as I thought it was going to be. I thought they had those big mascots and the plushy things. No, not in the land of Kensai.
And if you think about it, what do we really know about any of these people?
No, we don't know much about them.
They seem nice online.
We just need to placate them so they don't come. They know about us. They know they live in Orlando. If they look us up, they'll probably find out where we live.
It's not hard to figure out. Yeah.
No. There's an easy airport that gets here, and they could murder us. So we need to keep them.
We don't want into hiding. Okay.
No. So now, by the power of Dan and I, as leaders of the Grog Empire, we bestow the title to Rob, aka Menion, now a sovereign ruler of the Kensai region. He is the captain, his most brilliant
Sagacity, Crown Prince, Resolute, Scythe of Kensai.
Congratulations, Menion. You are now part of the Empire.
And the question is, how many of those words did I mispronounce? Or maybe the better question is, how many did I pronounce correctly?
Right. And it's early still, so it's all good. Yeah, so congratulations. That'll be posted. I've got 4 titles put up there this weekend. Oh, you should cheer.
It's still cold. Oh.
That's right.
To the captain.
To the captain. To all our captains.
To the scythe.
To the scythe. May your blade cut down your enemies.
Wait, he's a cleric of death and he's got a scythe? Oh.
Yeah.
Because his evil deity
his
lets
evil
him do it? Because otherwise you wouldn't be able to do that.
No, or it would have to be ceremonial only or something. So.
Oh, right. Porcelain.
Right. He only when he's not adventuring, he brings it out. This is just when
it's rubber.
That's right. Awesome. So yes, congratulations. Super fun. Let's see what we got going on. Oh, we got a bunch of folks on.
Oh, we better get serious then.
Is that allowed in the camp? It can be. Drinking or scythes. Both, I would say, is fine. I am a big fan of deities. Both, I liked it in the Pelennor campaign when the deity you selected affected your powers and abilities.
Yes.
We talked about the production goblin when he had Milson, the deity of romance, and he couldn't he couldn't fight, he couldn't do healing spells.
Right. That was useful. Good thing we had a cleric in the party.
I'm still the worshiper of the Green Man, because you had to be slightly intoxicated to get spells.
And as we let Daniel Collerton know, he wrote an article in which you got your clerical spells are based upon the type of deity you had.
Right, there's an affinity to it. So absolutely, very good. All right, so I haven't seen new iTunes. We did get the British bump last week, but apparently we need more British people on, or else the bump goes away.
Okay.
So I'm not sure the beer and the
we're working
mug. Yeah, we're completely. And you wore that's right. Look at us.
Send money.
Send money and
send beer money.
Send beer money.
We need beer money. We've run out of brown ale money.
That's right. We need all that. So
I mean, we could go out and cut an orc head, but that's hard work.
That is hard work.
All right.
Maybe you know who could build us an orc head?
Yes.
The Scourge.
And we can get a beer.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, that would be great. Yeah, and it would hang. So yeah, if we could have a severed orc head.
Shrunken one, apparently.
Shrunken. It'd be next to the mug. Yeah. The mug up there with the orc head. Yeah, it'd be nice.
Or if they have those beer balls, those little things to keep your drinks cold. They're ice balls. They can make an ice ball made out of an orc head that could sit.
That would be nice.
That would be amazing. Yeah. Not that we're soliciting Christmas gifts, but I guess we are. So, yeah. Very good.
Okay.
All right, so we are now back to the top of the mountain. We're here for random encounter.
I love it. All right.
Dorso rule?
Dorso rule is in play.
I think that's Monster Manual.
I think it is too. I think 1, 2, and 3 is Fiend Folio.
That's right. Yes.
We'll go. It'll be alphabetical order. S first.
Yes.
Okay, that's unfortunate because we're trying to woo the people across the pond. That's not helping.
The great Britannia masses that we're part of. Then yes, that would have been.
Yes. All right.
All right. Let's see. 7.
We're outdoors.
Oh, finally.
We're wandering outdoors. Oh, this is Lady Medusa, isn't it?
Lady Medusa. That's who we're fighting.
Medusa Molly Lady Stone Cold is what you named her.
Yes, this will be the trend. Yeah, that's right. Well, I don't think I named her. We just started throwing names out.
Because Lady Medusa was like a play on the song.
Yes.
Lady Madonna.
That's right.
All right, whatever. Okay,
no, you're exactly right. And then Stone Cold,
Oh, and speaking of Medusa,
yes,
right? We're hoping to have a special guest on, Kelly Villamere.
Oh,
who
that's
wrote
right.
Lair of Medusa.
You're exactly right.
Delph, this secret organization from back in the early '80s. So we're gonna find out all about Delph, this mysterious organization. But okay,
yeah, that's very good. Yeah, you have been working very hard to get really guests at there. I don't think we had time, but I've been working on the Firestone thing as well, and Bridget, who is a a huge fan of, runs a fan site for Jeremy Flynn, had sent me the lyrics for the Fire Something. I have to show you these.
Okay.
I don't want to show you yet. It has to be on.
So at a minimum, we could have it sung at GROGTALK.
I could. We have no idea I could write the music for it if I.
Right. So at a minimum.
And I will say that if we sang it, some people find it very funny. The other ones would ban us for. I mean, it is not PC. From one of the songs. It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
To some.
Yes, it's amazing. So thank you, Bridget, very much. I'm sure she doesn't watch this, but if she does,
this will be the test.
Yeah.
We're going to show the lyrics to our wives.
Yes.
And we'll let them decide.
My wife will be okay with it. She don't care.
Okay.
But yours may be like, wow, this is...
Yeah.
If I were to bring
You can't hang out with James anymore.
That's right. If you brought this what would the HR department do if I
That's
was
right.
singing this?
If you sang this at the office Christmas holiday party, what would the look on the HR?
That's right.
Her face.
Would their head explode from the thing? Absolutely.
That's the standard.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
So we're...
outdoors.
Outdoors, very nice.
Let's do it. We need a D10, yeah.
1.
Oh, I love it. This is perfect because it's December.
Mm-hmm.
We are in a cold wilderness area. I now need you to roll a die 6 because we don't know where cold
4.
We are in a cold wildernessy swampy marshy area.
Oh, I love it. That's good.
It's gonna be good, right? Now it's to the
D12 and D8.
You got it.
Hold on. A total of 10.
This is actually appropriate.
Okay.
Orc
again.
Do
we have orc before?
Orc. I think we did have an orc. Yeah, I had an orc.
Yeah,
an orc
he got killed. He got. Or was it a troll?
Oh, so we re-roll actually because that's no fun because we're just talking about orcs.
Yeah.
Right.
Re-roll.
Okay. What is an orc doing there?
The orcs everywhere.
In the swamp.
Per our Chamberlain, they're fecund. They're randy everywhere.
And they're common, aren't they?
And they are common.
Okay.
7.
Pseudo Undead, Spectre. What is Pseudo Undead? Is it describing?
It's something in here, Monster Manual.
Oh, do you then roll?
No, you have to look up Pseudo Undead, but I don't know.
But it says Spectre.
We did have a we've had a hobgoblin, we've had a gnoll, and we've had an orc. Yeah, we've had all 3. So we have to go to Pseudo Undead. I think that's.
So that's a thing. Pseudo Undead, and there's going to say Spectre in there.
I believe so.
Okay. I've
never
heard of
But I could be wrong. Here it is, Pseudo Undead, page 102 on the Monster Manual too.
Okay, so here's the question.
That's right. Thank you, Chamberlain. We did have an orc the last time.
But my question is, I'm confused though because why does it have Spectre?
Because that's the type of Pseudo Undead you're looking at.
Oh, I see. It's going to say that I'm with you. We should probably start reading, and that'll all make sense, won't it?
Yes. So we're on page 102 of the Monster Manual 2, Pseudo Undead.
Okay, they're uncommon. That's better than common, I guess.
That's true.
Everything seems to be C below pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, it all varies. All right, so the pseudo, have you ever heard of these?
No.
I haven't either. The Pseudo Undead are humanoid creatures who prosper due to their physical similarity to certain undead monsters.
This makes no sense. This is almost jump the sharky, but go ahead.
Wow. Just come on. I'm like 6 words in. It could get better, don't you think?
It's already, well, that sentence already upset me.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna make you feel better.
Okay.
It could have been no.
Well, yes,
right?
That's true.
Such as ghouls, ghast, wights, wraiths, specters, and vampires.
Okay, now that is confirmed why I think this is silly.
So it's like you're really ugly? You look ghoulish?
And I'm okay with ghoul. I'm okay with ghast.
Oh, it's
I'm okay with vampire. But how does a humanoid creature look like a specter, an ethereal, non-corporeal creature?
Well, doesn't the picture of Spectre and the mustache? He just looks like a dude that is kind of a balding dude. Is he just like a normal guy, isn't he?
He's not a normal guy.
I know, but he looks it. I know. I understand what you're saying. You're saying he's kind of a.
He's on the negative material plane. How does a humanoid pretend to do that? So Spectre, he's translucent.
Yeah. Okay.
Spectre, which we're looking at now.
Not armor.
Page 89.
Okay.
I'd be okay pseudo undead zombie, pseudo undead ghoul, pseudo undead, something that's
so pseudo undead ghoul. You just are like really horrific looking,
right?
Like they're like, man.
Some of the people you see at the game store, they haven't washed in a few days. They don't move. You know, kind of like me. If I wasn't married, I would completely devolve into some gaming beast that would just stay at the game store. And
so is this going to be our new insult? Man, that dude looks like a pseudo undead.
You PU.
That's our band.
Pseudo Undead?
The Pseudo Undead.
Absolutely.
Don't you? Without question.
Or it's the name of the band for the Bards.
The Pseudo Undead.
The Pseudo Undead.
Yeah, but the Bards. Yeah, but I always thought Bards would be well kept. And don't you think they would?
Oh, they could. Yeah, that's true. This is us.
This is a metal band, right?
Yeah,
this is
death metal.
Pseudo Undead.
Yeah. Yeah. Pseudo Undead. I love it, man.
And then you'll be like Spectre. I'm Ghoul.
Oh, of course. I'm the one that doesn't make any sense. It's unbelievable. I gotcha.
Well, you smell like a Spectre.
Thank you.
Each Pseudo Undead looks and smells exactly like its parallel.
That makes no
the
sense.
Same number appear. Okay. Well, that's a little odd too.
Right.
Because they're like, well, what do they like? Believe they're specters now?
And they hang out to each other.
Right.
Yeah, they're like goths or something. Remember, they used to think they were vampires.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
That's right. They wish.
They wish they were. They wanted.
It's like there was this episode on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, where everyone was worshiping the vampires, and they're all waiting for them. And yeah, you're right. These are groupies.
Yeah.
These are undead groupies.
Undead groupies.
They think undead.
Specters, exactly.
I love it. They're like, gosh. The same. Okay, the armor class, movement rate, hit dice, number of attacks, and damage are the same. Now that is getting a little odd.
Right.
Thus, they can be moderately dangerous. Wait, what is that? See, moderately.
Moderately undead.
Moderately.
Yes, that usually is a sign.
What do you mean they can be moderately? Doesn't that depend upon what they are?
Yes.
If they're vampires, they're more than moderately.
Well, the problem is they have the hit dice and the attacks, but they don't do level drain.
I was just about to ask that, because that's the big. That's what every player would want to know. However, they lack the special attack forms, paralysis, level drain, etc. of the undead, though they have normal 60-foot infravision. Mm-hmm. Note that the stench of pseudo gas has the same effect as that of gas. Pseudo race and pseudo specters cannot fly, but walk so lightly as to leave no trace, and are often thought, unless closely observed, to be floating above the surface, although this is an illusion. Pseudo vampires have red eyes and behave menacingly, but have no abilities. I hear you sighing over there.
Sorry.
Well, you know, this is deadly pudding. I like the next page.
Yeah, we should have done deadly. I prefer the deadly pudding.
Oh, the white pudding.
You can't eat your meat till you eat your deadly pudding.
Exactly. Good point.
Yeah, something like that. I
Something
screwed that up.
Okay, well, there's a.
If you don't eat your meat, you can't have your deadly pudding. How can you have your deadly pudding if you don't eat your meat?
I love the white pudding. Now that was in Frost Giant, wasn't it?
Frost Giant.
That's where it first appeared.
Yes. Well, I don't know, but there is one.
Dung pudding?
All right, you're no.
It's not a dung pudding.
No, it's not a dung pudding.
Dung pudding. All right. Pseudo vampires are more nearly human than others of the genre and have been known to interbreed. Yes, it is going on a little too long. Several clans of bandits are known to have been thereby engendered, their members ranging in power from that of normal bandits to leaders in spell. Okay, what is going on? I'm reading this, it's not comprehending. Several clans of bandits are known to have been thereby engendered.
Their members ranging in power from that of normal bandits to leaders in... This is the Lost Boys.
Oh, so they're interbreeding.
Right. And some of them are becoming these half-breed pseudo-vampires. It's the Lost Boys.
So pseudo-vampire... Oh, exactly. It's the Lost Boys.
It's the Lost Boys.
Other man/pseudo-vamp... See, this strikes me as something I would see in later editions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What are you playing? Oh, I'm a pseudo-vampire.
I'm a pseudo-vampire.
Okay.
But I'm hanging out with... Well, I'm a half pseudo-vampire.
Right, that's right. Right. I'm with the other bandits going to the fair park or whatever.
We're hanging out in the abandoned park.
Right.
The abandoned mine shaft. Yeah, this is
other
horrible.
man pseudo-vampire combinations may be possible. The Pseudo Undead cannot be turned by a cleric. Well, that's not good. And have no connection to the negative material plane. They avoid sunlight, but are not harmed by it. They are never found with or near true undead. Normal attacks.
We got this.
Yeah, you know what's weird to me is that they don't really explain, like, how did the Pseudo Undead come about? You know,
right? Magic. Well, I assume the default is a mad magic user.
The owlbear dude,
the owlbear guy.
That guy.
You know, it's like O'Doul's beer. For those who don't know, it's not. I want the taste of a bad beer, but I don't want the alcohol. So I want the undead flavor, but without the level drain and the negative plane undead indications.
What do? You like invited to parties and stuff?
I get. Well,
like
this mad magic users decided, I like the idea of a gas, but not.
Well, maybe he was trying to create undead and it didn't work.
Right. Well, that's
right.
True. Yeah.
It's like he was missing something. Well, see, now that could be kind of fun. So you could write an adventure around that, where with the backstory of why it happened. Right. But that's the problem I have with some of these, is that they really need to be official monsters.
Right.
This would be fun if somebody wrote a module, and it was called the Pseudo Undead, and they told you this.
Right.
You could probably be like, that was a cool adventure. That's thanks. Right. But you don't need to drop pseudo. I think that's what happened with the Fiend Folio for some of these. I do like I know a lot of people hate the Carbuncle. I think it was Albie Fjords, but the Carbuncle was a cool monster in Halls of Tiz and Thane.
Right.
I don't know that the Carbuncle needs to be dropped into the Fiend Folio. I think it can stay in the module.
Yeah, a lot of these, and particularly the Monster Manual, they're almost, we're not Monster Manual 2. The players had gotten so used to the regular monsters that we had to try to fool them around. So that's almost feels like, instead of, to your point, the DM's changing it just so that there's not as much metagaming, they actually baked in additional metagaming banning.
Yeah, and what's the big? So really, the players end up being happy because they think it's a level draining monster or something.
Gotcha.
And it turns out it's not. So I guess at the end, it's like, right.
Well, I think if the chat people are talking about this, may have been in a module sometime. So maybe if it was in a module, if you could look that up while we're thinking about it, because we need to move on with this.
Okay.
It's not good.
Well, what I did like though is
it's derivative, and you know what I think about derivative.
You don't like it?
That's right. Like the gnome, who's derivative. You have a dwarf.
No, the Sir Nevlin's derivative.
Well, that's on the top end of derivative. They're supposedly good, which is horrible. So you be a gnome.
They're good?
Sir Nevlin's are good.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know that.
Because they're deep. Yes, they're neutral good.
I'm
drinking. That's
it.
Cut off.
Whoa, yeah, we're cutting you off, James. For those of you listening, not watching, James just knocked over his Newcastle. But the good thing is he had
3 sips, and that was it.
The good thing is he had emptied that bottle.
Yes.
He drained that bottle long ago.
That's right.
Well, I liked the idea of the what was it? The feral ghouls.
Feral ghouls, yeah.
I think that's awesome. We just have like a town.
Right.
A big city.
Yeah.
And they're like in the sewers, and they're coming up,
Yeah, they're like a pest.
They got out of control.
Right.
I like that idea.
Yeah, and except ghouls would kill the town, but yeah. Deep gnomes.
No.
Neutral. I'm sorry, neutral with good tendencies. Your favorite, kind of like you.
Oh yeah,
you're a sniff Nivlin.
I look like That'll be when I get older.
That's right. That's an older picture.
20 years from now.
Now that I've
this is Dan.
That's right. This is Dan. He is a deep gnome.
Yes.
Neutral with good tendencies.
Well, I am kind of deep.
You are.
And I am a gnome.
You are a gnome. All right. So.
Oh, we got to fight. Oh.
Yeah. So you.
Oh, so you're really unhappy if the Pseudo Undead Spectre wins.
Yes.
So what happens? I got to go to Spectre.
You're a Spectre. I'm the Medusa.
All right. So I got to hang on. I got to go to.
So you got to go to Spectre, and you have all You have all the attacks and things, except you don't have the level drain.
And I don't fly.
Now it also says you don't. +1 better to hit, right? It said. But fortunately, as we know, the Medusa is 6 hit dice.
So I get everything.
You get everything except level drain.
For
let me read that again.
Yeah, special attack forms.
Does it just say only special attack forms? That's it, right? Not
the armor class, movement rate, hit dice, number of attacks, and damage are the same.
Is it silent on special defenses?
It says see below. I think it is silent.
I would give it to you because it says they lack special attack forms. It doesn't say they lack special defenses, so I would say that's fine. But you would think they would put that down there. That's kind of crappy.
And they do say that pseudo specters cannot fly. So they talk about it, but they never mention. So yeah, I guess. Yeah, but wait a second. They're not on the negative material plane.
Right.
Isn't that why you need a magical item? Because they're on the negative material plane?
That's a good question.
That's what you taught me, Master.
The white is silver, or if you go to white, which is the first, and Wraith, you need silver and magic weapons. So
where does the silver come from? So you believe that the magic comes from being on the negative material, right? Where does that silver come from, I wonder?
Well, I assume it's part of the lore that it has to be, undead is effective against silver. A silver is effective against undead.
So it's the lure. It's not the negative material plane business or whatever.
Right. Okay.
So So what's the answer though?
So the answer is the description does not specifically say that the special defenses are not ruled. So I would say you have the special defenses.
And I get the same hit dice.
Yeah, you're the exact same thing except
7
no level
plus 3, AC 2. Number 1 to appear 6. So let me see how many are with me.
No, there's
they're
just
watching.
you.
They're watching from the. No. They're watching from the shadows.
There's not 4.
There's 3 in the corner. They're not coming out.
Okay, they're just. You're a pledge.
Yes.
You're a pledge.
Yes. Here, fight that lady.
That's right. She's. Oh, look how pretty she is.
Steal her purse.
That's right. She's so pretty. You should go talk to her.
They're all snickering because they know. That's Lady Medusa.
That's right.
Okay. Wait, so can I be turned to stone?
Of course you can. You're a humanoid.
Oh boy.
This could be quick.
Oh, and what I was thinking of about gaze attacks was not in Sage Advice. It was in a polyhedron.
Oh, that's your default. Anytime you want to clarify something, you go with polyhedron, and because that's canon, and I don't have access to it, so you just say. I think you just make up.
Well, you do. You do illegally. Okay, let's go.
That's where we're going to use our patron money to redo polyhedron, so you can just make up whatever rules you want.
Exactly. We'll fake polyhedrons.
The dodecahedron. Okay, so we need to do surprise.
Yeah, that's right. Our magazine should be called the polyhedron. Yeah, we call it like that. Whatever. All right.
No, that's a good idea. So you are walking through. You're actually in the forest.
Oh, that's right.
Leading up to the mountain where all this.
I'm in the marsh.
Oh, you're in the marsh.
The swamp and the marsh.
Somehow, Lady Medusa has moved down to, for whatever reason, she's decided to leave her victorious lair and is now down here.
Right, and I'm down there. All right. I am not surprised.
Neither is Lady Medusa.
Big deal.
Okay, so now it's initiative.
All right, let's do it.
Are you going to cast spells? You're going to parlay?
Oh, wait, I don't even know what I do.
You attack.
Is that all I do?
Yes.
Oh, I have a chilling touch.
Yes.
Oh. No, I don't have. That's right. Of course, I don't have energy drain. But I would have. All right, is that all I have?
Pretty much. And then if you were to drain someone, you could make more specters.
Okay.
You'd be super cool if you could level drain.
Oh, look. Yeah, we haunt the most desolate of places, tombs and dungeons.
Yeah.
Hate sunlight and living things.
Yes, distance. I got to do. He's right.
Was that the Chamberlain?
Yeah, he's right. I thought about it.
He is right.
I thought about it, but then I'm like, that doesn't really matter. I wanted you to be close so I could just gaze you and move on, kill the pseudo dragon.
Thank you, Chamberlain. But, well, I got to get close though. That's all I do is I touch. That's it.
Yeah. All right, distance. D6 plus 4. We're outside, so 60 yards away. We've done surprise.
Oh, so specters are pretty easy to run.
Yes.
They're not hard.
No. They're because the players should run if they see them. If they're low level, they run. If they're high level, they better hope when they turn.
Yeah, 2 levels.
Yeah.
So it's funny, the specters just all trying to touch you. Come here.
They're so touchy. They're touchy-feely.
So you can be sitting in a bar, and the specter is just that'd be terrible. The specter just kind of goes around town. He goes to like the adventurer's bar, and he's like, you just feel something really cold on you.
That's right. That's all you'd feel. You'd feel touch, and that's it. You touch too much.
Yeah.
An AC/DC song.
You got to be careful who you are.
Because he mentioned in excess the Chamberlain, so I figured to throw that in. So.
All right.
So it's initiative.
So you got to be careful who you cavort with.
Right.
Okay.
Don't be the last one in the bar. Get out. Don't be last. All right. So it's initiative.
All right. Let's do it. 3 for the specter.
4. Okay, so we're 60 yards. So I'm going to move up, and now you have to. We said we have to do is a D10 chance that you get a gaze attack. Because you don't. I, Lady Medusa, are moving towards you. You've decided you're going to come drain me, even though you don't have that ability.
Right.
You're lost your mind, and I've uncowled myself.
Right.
And you have a chance to meet my gaze.
Yeah. And where did we? This is.
So this is from the DM screen.
Right.
So hold on. Let me look that up.
The DM screen.
That's right. I have this. We're flipping. And we're searching. We're not prepared. I need to copy this thing. So for those who watched last week, how a gaze attack works is a little problematic because in the monster manual they just say the gaze attack if a creature that can be impacted by a gaze attack. Yeah, I'm not interested in that. How do you adjudicate that? So I found on the DM's the later edition DM screen has a table that allows you to figure out the chance of you meeting their gaze. And if you meet the gaze, well, then you have to deal with that.
Yeah, because
it's on Ref 1 item.
Yeah, because there's no rules in the core books.
Yeah,
about
it doesn't say what you can do.
Well, what do you think people were doing to hit rolls and things like that? Which is weird because you're AC.
Well, the DM was adjudicating it. It was basically saying, well, you didn't know it was a thing, so you were looking, so make a save.
Right. All right. What am I doing? I'm not surprised.
So you're not surprised. You're viewing the monster, so it's 5 and 6 chance. So this is on the DM screen, the later edition. Now you add 1 because it's man-sized.
Okay.
So 6 and 10 chance. You saw the gaze of.
So 6 or below, exactly.
3.
That's not good.
So you need to roll a d20.
It's about to be over if I don't make this.
That's right. Welcome to my world, baby.
Yeah, Lady Medusa. All right, so we don't know. Well, I'm 7.
Yeah, you make
plus
3. Just roll a save. I'm not gonna look it up until.
All right, come on, big number.
1.
It's always a fail. It wasn't even close.
That's what I was hoping for. Say goodnight.
You are so happy, aren't you?
I am. This monster is garbage, and he went down.
See? And the gods knew it.
That's right.
The dice don't lie.
No, you still have to pray to your pseudo undead deity.
Oh, that's right. Yes. The specter deity's coming.
No, the fake specter deity. I don't even know what a fake specter deity is. Who's the god of fake?
The god of fake specter deities.
I can. 38. Nope.
Prayers were not heard.
Stone cold. You're stone cold dead.
Wow.
Hey, David, I'm going to put it on Twitter for you, okay? Or later I'll email it to you because I got to do a screenshot of it. So if that's okay. Or I'll post it on Twitter, but I'll send it to you directly. That's no problem. Yeah, so...
that...
Fake Orcus, that's right. A Forcus.
Forcus.
I bow to the great Forcus.
It's like Wizard of Oz, basically. You open up the curtain.
I'll send it to you directly. Yeah, if you it's on the new version of the DM screen.
So you basically Forcus, you open up the curtain. There's just like a little dude with like an attached on rubber tail or something, right. or something.
He's got a stick instead of the wand.
Yeah, and he's like little, and he's ugly, he's a little ugly dude,
or Porcus.
I'm Forcus.
I like Porcus. Porcus is good too.
Yeah. See, there's a whole module.
Sorcus.
There's a whole adventure here.
Sorcus among us. Okay.
Where was Minion when we needed names for
all our creatures? Well, we need
no for the module.
Oh, okay.
For the official GROGTALK module that was done by Carlos Leising.
Oh, yes.
Because it would have been great to have something like you got to write Forcus, king of the pseudo
undead. Wow.
That would be good. That would have been that. That would be a challenge.
That would be.
Well, if he's good, he can
last
handle
time I
it.
checked, he's our friend. We're not trying to make it challenging for him, but okay, that's what you want to do.
He likes a challenge. All right.
He does. Spell selection.
All right. Spell selection.
Players.
All there.
Keep drinking.
Keep going. Drinking. Well, see now what it is.
The more you drink, the funnier this gets.
Well, it's a placebo effect. I've had one sip, but I'm concerned about it.
And you see me drop my.
You want the rest of mine?
This segment brought to you by Newcastle. I may have some more. But now I feel like
I drank out of that,
Are you sick?
No.
Okay.
My voice is just. I still haven't gotten over.
Well, that's
no
thanks. I don't need that.
No, I'm not sick.
Maybe you have some serious disease that I want to. It's communicable.
Wouldn't you think I'd know by now?
I don't know. I don't know your disease progression that you're having. I think it's probably best that I avoid it. I have beer in my own house. I'll just start drinking. I should start drinking at 7 when I get up. That's probably. I don't know if that's disturbing or not.
You should just drink through the night and stay up. All right, spell selection. All right, so you got to roll for.
Yeah, you roll percentages.
Okay,
this is your bag.
Okay.
That's a
50.
magic user. 10% illusionist. See if you get.
Oh, that's right. We still got a chance. Come on, illusionist. 82.
Nope. MU.
This is a really dull episode. All right. So how many? 9, right? Because there's 9, right?
Yep.
Even I'm starting to remember this. 7. Ooh, that's high level.
We've done
I'm
a
not going to know
7th
this
level.
one. Do you know what it is? How many spells are 7th level?
24.
16.
Oh, 16. Sorry.
So I need an 8 and a 6, right?
Yep, that's good. Nuki Brown. Okay, I like it. 4.
Delayed. Oh,
my favorite.
Blast Fireball.
Yay.
Oh, so you can do it in like a contained area, and you just like
because last time you got Powered Stun. That's what we did last. I think last week we did Powered Stun.
That was really good if I recall.
It is. You like that one.
Yeah.
You're gonna like this one too because it's simple I don't mean that you're a simple person, but you like
spells. No, you're not offending me. I like simple.
And I agree with you. Spells should be. There is definitely. I have seen. There's a lot of new. All the the OSR thing they were talking about. A lot of the products. That is one of their main goals. The spell has 3 sentences. Yes. It's all bullet point, simple, boom, Osric, same kind of thing. I think that's great.
Yeah, so you're not sitting there at the table like for 20 minutes. Okay, so this spell creates a fireball with +1 on each of its dice damage. Oh, so that's better.
Yes.
Oh, and it will not release its blast for from 1 to 50 segments according to the command upon casting by the magic user. Oh, this is awesome. So basically I'm taking down like the, there's like the big wooden building or something. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm doing, right? I'm long gone.
Yeah, you could wait 5 minutes. That's amazing.
So levels at range is a 10 feet. Oh, outside, is it outside with 10 feet would be?
10 yards, yeah.
10 would be 10 yards.
And you
plus,
have to,
plus 10, plus, oh wait, it would be 100 yards. I'm trying to remember.
It's 100 yards.
100 yards plus 10 per level.
Right.
So I'm at least 7th level.
Yes. So you're 14th level magic user.
Oh my goodness.
240 yards.
Oh my goodness. It's a 20-foot radius globe.
Mm-hmm. Same as the other one.
Saving throw does half damage. Casting out. Oh, so yeah. So that's pretty darn amazing. So you're just, you're standing there. You're at the You're at the Affida Fork, right, talking, and all of a sudden there's just an enormous explosion.
Yeah, 5 minutes later, you basically, it's a bomb. You can just,
it's a bomb.
You can set it off. You can wait. Boom.
Yeah,
it's a time bomb. Literally,
you're sitting watching. You're across the street.
That's right.
The windows just blow out. Body parts come flying out.
That's right. That's a terrorist special. So simple, easy, and more damage. Simple, better.
Yeah. So what you would like to do is you would like to find a group, a gathering of like Pseudo Undead.
That's right.
Like the Pseudo Undead convention.
Right.
And just drop a
it.
Delayed blast.
Come in, tell you, I think you all are stupid, you're dumb, and then get out of here, and then just leave it, and then like that.
Right.
Hello, sir. It's our other dear friend, the Chamberlain, his most ever incomparable, honorable prince of the astounding immolator of Brandywine.
Excellent.
Who is starting a game in a few weeks, I think next year.
He is indeed. And he'll be at my game today.
Oh, he is? Wonderful. And what are you running today? I'm sorry.
I am running the Tower of Xenopus.
Ah, the Tower of Xenopus, which is from?
Which is the sample dungeon from the Holmes Basic Rules.
And is widely renowned as known as probably the best introductory module in the box sets. Is that a fair statement?
The champion sample module.
Even though Keep of the Borderlands is probably more known and has been played more because people had the red box more than the Holmes box, but Tower of Xenopus is known. Is this the first time you're running it? Yeah, I think you ran it before.
Yes, you're insulting me because you went through it.
Yes, I did.
Without giving me any spoilers. But just remember, you threw someone over. Remember that?
Yes, I do remember now. I forgot it was called the Tower. I forgot you pulled that into the... into the
and I probably didn't use Xenopus.
You did
there.
No, I think you did.
Oh, I did use it. That's right.
Yeah, but I never had the Holmes basic one, so that's why it's still it's kind of mystery. So yes, that's very fun, and you did a great job. So.
Oh, you're very kind. Nice save. Okay, I guess we don't have a lot to talk about with this.
It's simple.
Spell selection. It's good though.
It's a wonderful spell. It allows for some creativity. My only downside to it, 7th level seemed a little rough. I thought it would have been a 6th level spell.
Well, now I'm starting to understand why you don't want to mess with high-level magic users.
Yes.
See, I didn't know why, because I'd never been a high-level... Well, I was a high-level illusionist, but I'd never been a high-level magic user, so I don't know many of these spells. And so I may have been like, yeah, tough guy. What are you going to do?
I'm going to blow you up.
Now I know. He's like, yeah. You'll never know, because you'll never remember a thing.
That's right. You'll be dead.
You'll be on your way to whatever...
But at least in first edition, unless they spent a lot of time, and later editions made it even harder, you still had a chance to defeat a high-level magic user. It was very difficult, and most of them required having followers. That's why the whole follower thing makes a lot of sense, because if you can get on them, if a 10th level fighter can physically get to them, then they're in trouble. But
they have like 19 hit points.
Right.
Right. I'm a 17th level magic user, and I've got like 29 or 31 hit points.
Yeah, especially if they've been casting permanent, their constitution has gone down.
I mean, they're probably higher, right? Because it's 2.5 per level, but it's pretty darn. It is amazing when you see, right? Like, when you do pre-gens, you're like, okay, well, let me do, a 7th level magic user.
Right, may have 15 hit points.
Yeah, right. It doesn't hit 20 hit points, perhaps. And there's monsters in there that few swipes.
Well, that's the whole, there's archetypes for a reason why the fighters are the tanks and they sit up front and the user just dropping bombs on them.
Do you know in Holmes Basic? Because this is what our podcast is about. Is Holmes Basic.
That's right. That's
and that's what this Holmes Basic clerics. First level, 0 spells.
Yes, that's how it was in. Is
that OD&D?
I don't know about OD&D, but in Moldvay, that's what.
0.
0.
What's that all about?
Yes.
I don't consider myself a power gamer, but come on.
He has no spells.
So am I a power gamer now? That I want 1 spell?
I want 1 spell.
I can't even heal.
No.
I'm not even worshiping. I don't. My lack of healing spells is not because I worship that Pelennor.
Right.
It's because none of them. 0.
So think about and the only advantage, I don't know about Holmes Basic, but in Moldvay Basic, if you rest, I think it's a D3 you get back. Whereas in traditional AD&Ds for 24 hours, you get 1 hit point back of rest. Well, so you have no healing. You're a party with no healing. But in some ways, that's kind of freeing because now the cleric's not just a heal bot like they did.
I know, but it's not. But I don't have others. I like not being a heal bot, but being able to use other spells.
I agree with you, sir. Everyone should. Everyone should roll up clerics. You should make it all clerics. No spells.
Yeah.
There's 12 orcs. Do we have a sleep spell? No. But we're very pious.
Holmes Basic strikes me, and we shouldn't do it today, obviously, but we should maybe do one on Holmes Basic at some point. It seems quite deadly to me.
Right.
It seems quite
first
deadly.
Edition was deadly.
Your hit points are, I think the Thief gets a die 4 as well.
Wonderful. They deserve that.
Yeah, the Mage die 4, and I think the Fighter, is it maybe a die 8? I'm trying to remember. Don't let me know.
Right.
So,
it's all about faith. That's right.
All about faith. That's right. It's truly old school. You don't deserve a spell yet. What have you done?
That's right.
Nothing. You've trained.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
That's right.
You've trained.
You finished a little book and you want to be pious? No.
Yeah, no. This is not where you show up and you get a spell.
Exactly.
You will earn a spell. I love it.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, Power is one of my favorite 7th level
What we should do is we should take all of the additions and we should take the worst of each, like so
that
no
could be the
spells.
second rules AF, and this would be the worst.
For true old schoolers, 1 hit point. That'll be the AD&D rule. No spells for clerics. The lower hit dice.
That's right. If you do, well, we have to decide what's worse. 0 is death, or going to negative, and then you have to spend a day. We can't do it.
Right.
I'm not sure which one's worse.
Well, maybe. Well, yeah.
Both are bad.
I think 0.
Okay. 0 is death.
Okay.
There's a lot that we can do with that.
Yes.
All right, so we are now ready for our word of recall segment, which is this is completely optional for those. So for those who have been listening, you may now turn off if you'd like.
So should we give them a minute? Well, maybe not a minute, but give them about 15 seconds to go ahead and tune out.
That's right. For those
go back to sleep.
And before we finish that last segment, yes, if you are going to get 7th level magic user spells, the Chamberlain, who's most august from Australia, remind us you need a 14 intelligence minimum.
You do? Where does that come from? I don't doubt it at all, but
it's in the intelligence
I like to
table.
learn.
I'm sure it's in the intelligence table because you need. Yep. Then you need 16 for 8th level.
Oh, that's where they're sneaking that in there? Is that the only place?
Yep.
You really got to read these tables.
Well, just like minimum for wisdom too.
Wow. I don't know that I had ever noticed that. Where does that start? Oh.
It is.
It starts at 10?
5th level, yeah.
Well, that makes sense because you need a 9, right?
Yeah. It still seems pretty low at 10 intelligence. I mean, that's slightly above average, and you're able to comprehend how to make a wall of force.
Well, that's all. Oh, yeah. Well, that's true. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a little generous, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would almost feel better 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 or something like that.
Yeah. Because that really would hurt your brain.
You can figure out pass wall and magic jar, but at slightly above intelligence.
Yeah, because if you think about it, you have, and even at 9th
telekinesis,
level,
you just have to be slightly above average.
Well, in 9, you can do 4.
Right.
So what's it for? It's even 4.
Oh, 4 is.
So you have a 90 IQ.
Yeah, Ice Storm is there.
You're like in high school. You know, you're getting all the C's.
Right.
And then you're like, well, I'm going to magic user school.
You can do Dimension Door with that, where you're transporting yourself 30 feet per level. That seems pretty impressive.
You know, I really...
Charm Monster?
You know...
Minor Globe Invulnerability?
I like the Wisdom spell failure. See, the Wisdom spell failure makes sense there for clerics.
Yeah.
That would have been nice on magic users.
So there's a lot of people who play with that. Magic is wild, and there's later editions have that wild magic where it's, you only cast a spell if you have to, or you're insane.
Right.
Not that it's a sure thing. And one of the chats reminding us that lower intelligence, you have less likely chance to learn a spell, but still there's minimum spells you can learn, right? I think what's the minimum for 14th? If you have a 10 intelligence, you still have to learn 5 4th level spells.
You will get those.
Right.
Yeah.
Some, I don't know what they are, but there's
right.
The fact that you can, at slightly above intelligence or average intelligence, depending on your point of view, 9 or 10 is 100 IQ. That's crazy.
And where's the rule? Isn't there a rule somewhere about things that aren't going to work? They backfire? What am I thinking?
I'm sorry. Yes, I've heard their later editions. I'm not quite sure. I apologize. That's Rob correctly corrected me, saying that there are later editions.
Of what?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
I've been drinking, sir.
I don't know what's happening.
Drinking.
I hear there's a 1.5.
I've heard that's right.
I heard in 1985 something.
Right. That's like New Coke. Well, it's like we know there's a New Coke. We just didn't drink it.
Right?
Right.
Well, we drank it once. And I'm like, really?
Yeah, that was it. Well, yeah. Yes.
Isn't there a rule where something will backfire? And they're like, what am I thinking of?
That's spell failure for scrolls.
Right.
Yes.
That would be a lot of fun for dispels too, based on intelligence, right?
We may have to remove your title if you use that name again.
Should we be like
Captain.
Everybody else and write a retro clone?
Well, I'm doing rules AF. That's my retro clone.
You're busy for the next 2 years.
Yes, taking all the asterisks and all the footnotes and just compiling them.
You're gonna need a sabbatical from your job.
I'm planning on taking a sabbatical.
You've taken all your vacation time for a year, and you've piled it up, and you're gonna do rules AF.
Well, you're working on right. You have to work on a tome as well, so you can be 1,000-air or something like that. Is that your goal?
What's my tome?
Don't you have to work on something the next few months?
Oh, I do. Yes.
I know your life better than you do.
Yes, that's an actual contract.
Right.
Yes. I'm legally obligated to, write a book.
You have a tome that you have to update.
I do.
And you're hoping to become 100-air or 1,000-air from the proceeds of it.
That's right. That's exactly right. A few compromises.
Yeah, that's right. So, anyway, that's a great point. So now we're ready for the Word of Recall segment. Oh. So this is the optional segment. And by the way, I don't want to hear you complaining about this, because who asked for the optional segments?
Yeah, actually, it was me. I said, I don't know anything about psionics.
Well,
I'd like to learn.
So we are very fortunate. We have a good group of folks out there. So here's how it's going to work. We're going to go over what psionics are, and you guys chime in as you see fit, and we'll pick out the best parts. And we'll talk about some of the challenges, and then we'll be quiet, and we'll just watch when people are
exactly. We'll just keep drinking.
So that's right. So for the people on the podcast, when you hear it silent, that's us just reading what people are commenting.
I'll be prepping for my adventure. Is that okay?
That's okay.
Can I roll for psionics? When do I get to roll for psionics?
So okay. So this is
ready.
We are in Appendix 1, page 110 of the Player's Handbook, and the first thing for your future DMs is you have to read the second sentence, which says, if the DM opts to include psionic abilities in your campaign, they'll be determined for humans and possibly dwarves and halflings. So already we have the first potential controversy.
Does that come up again? I
Yes.
read this last night. Yes, where is the dwarves and halflings business?
Hey, Cyber Heston, how are you, sir? Good
Hello.
to see you. And I did not use his official title. He earned the title.
It's a good thing we're in charge.
The Master, his most august piety, Baron, contentious Lord of Sweden. Welcome, sir.
I like the contentious Lord.
He is a contentious Lord.
So the contentious Lord is with it. Is there a reference to this dwarves and halfling business later?
We're gonna get into it later. So,
okay.
Because we got to get through this. You have a game to go, and it's already 9 o'clock. So you asked. So the first question for the DM is, do I want to deal with psionics?
No.
I would say no, but you're going to have a player who has played before, who thinks they're great, and he's going to ask. And then you have to decide if you're going to cross the Rubicon.
And you're going to pray he doesn't make the roll. You're like, what's the worst that can happen? He's not going to make his roll, and I'll be fine, and I'll be a hero. I let him roll.
Yeah.
And he didn't make it. So I'm a hero, but I don't have to deal with it.
Right. Unfortunately, that's not usually how it works. Usually how it works is, hey, I rolled up, at least in my campaigns, I rolled up a character and I rolled Psionics. Can I use them?
Right.
So now you have two problems. A, you may have to introduce Psionics. You're going to boo-hoo the guy. Either he or she did it properly. She rolled a high enough number, and now you put the wet blanket on her.
Right.
Or you're accusing him of a liar.
Right.
So
yeah.
That's the problem.
This is why in my game today, everyone's rolling up at the table.
Yes.
Because I don't trust...
you're making them roll characters?
I don't trust any of them.
Okay. I thought you're not doing pre-gens.
Well, no, because I think part for me... I mean, obviously I do. I'm just kidding. I trust them. But part of the fun for me with Holmes Basic is the whole experience.
Yeah.
Well, so let's roll. Let's go through. I don't,
Right.
I want to learn about character generation too. So yeah, and it should take like 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Yeah, especially if they're clerics.
Yeah. All right. So
and I don't disagree. So the chat's saying, well, they should roll in front of you. I don't. I think if you have a normal game, it does. But I think one of the things we've discovered, because we run an open table every 2 weeks, and so we get people who go on Meetup and go, hey, I want to join up the game. Mm-hmm. And we go, sure. And we only have a limited amount of time. So when we show up, we want the game to start going.
Correct.
So the problem is, if you have a new player, or a new player to you, but may have been playing D&D forever, what are you going to call them a liar? The first thing, hey, I want to join your group.
Yeah.
Liar.
Right.
And you don't want to get there early because you don't know if they're going to show up. This is real world experience that we've had. If you're your local thing, you absolutely should. That's part of the thing. Everyone should see when someone gets the 1800 or gets the 5 strength, and I'm going to be the paladin. No, you're not. You're not going to be the paladin. I totally agree with. But this is a circumstance. I think the modern gaming, the way we game today, whether it's online or meeting up at a local game store, causes that issues.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's question 1. And so I had a player who said yes, he rolled it, and I said sure. What?
Recently?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I had one of the monk had it.
Oh, you have. Oh, I did not know you had it.
Yes.
And you permitted it.
I did permit it.
Okay, so you've got a player with Psionics in your game.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he's not playing with us anymore, not because he didn't want to, just I changed the date now. But his character is still floating around.
Got it. Okay.
So if you do allow it, then what happens is, first of all, you need to have 1 or more unmodified intelligence, wisdom, charisma 16 or higher.
Just one, or just so that's not too hard to make. Just one.
Right. Well, and that gives you a chance.
All right.
So and basically, then you have to roll percentile dice. So roll percentile dice.
Oh, but you don't even know how many. I have a 12. All right, so we don't even know how many. Oh, look at 6, 6.
Oh, you want? I'm sorry, you're trying to figure out your stats. I apologize.
I don't even have a. I know this is compelling. I don't like this character.
Are you even keeping up?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think I have one more roll.
Do you have a 16?
No.
Okay, so you don't have Psionics. All right, thanks, guys.
All right, I'm rolling. No. I'm rolling.
Let's say you have a 16 at least in one. That means you have so for every point above 16, if you have straight 16s, you need to roll double 0.
All right, so let's just see, and then we'll figure. Right.
98. Wow. That would that you be that guy. You rolled a 98. Okay.
The gods hate me. I didn't want it. Now I gotta stay. I was gonna leave.
That's right. You're gonna leave. Okay. So now we do have to roll. So we're gonna have
98.
We have to roll up your stats now.
All right. Now we're taking it seriously.
Yeah, because this is actually somewhat serious. Go ahead. Roll up your
somewhat
stats.
Serious.
Here's your intelligence.
All right.
6.
You gotta be freaking kidding me.
5.
You gotta be kidding me. Oh wait. Oh, no, I can put the attributes in anything I want.
That's
can't
true.
I?
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna roll 6 times? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing that. 17.
You gotta be kidding me.
Okay, keep going.
Can I keep this character?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
Be careful.
Oh, no, that didn't make it.
That's 11. Who cares? Keep
going. Number 3.
Yeah. Wow, this is compelling. Keep going. That's crap. Next one.
That didn't make it.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
So what are we on? Number 4?
This is number 3.
I have no idea where I'm at.
That's okay.
I'm just rolling.
That's not going to be good enough.
Oh, but here's a new one. It starts with a 5?
No, that was the last of the other
one. All right. So now we're starting with a new one.
Yeah, this is the 5th roll. 6, yeah. 12. See if you roll a 6 again. All right, you have 15. No, still not good. One more. 6, 2. Wow, this is painful. And okay, so you have 117.
Okay, so I'm probably not. Oh, but I can put it anywhere I want.
Yeah, you have to put it in intelligence. If you want to get. So for every point above 16, add 2.5 to your dice roll. For every point of wisdom, add 1.5. And for 1 point of charisma, add half a point. So in order to get this, you would have to have it in your intelligence.
I'm picking intelligence.
Right, so you have a 17 intelligence.
Okay, and so I'm going to be a magic user.
Probably.
Okay. I'm going to be a fighter.
You're going to be a magic user. And with 17 intelligence, you can do 8th level sets, right? All right. So now you have to figure out your psionic ability.
Okay.
And now it's to...
I'm a gnome. Can I have psionics?
It doesn't say it here, but later there's a discussion. And so one of the other things you will need to have, my suggestion is, and we've suggested this before, Dragon 78 is by far one of the best Dragon magazines if you're going to do anything. It has one of our favorite modules.
I just ordered it.
You did?
I did.
Why? You can have that one.
No, you keep this one.
I have another one. I didn't realize you
probably told me that.
I did tell you that. So show the people 78.
Yeah, 78.
There it is. That's my original one. And then I bought a Dragon collection from someone. They had a better one. So you may have that one.
No, it's coming now. Sorry.
Okay, so in Dragon 78, there is Sage Advice, where they go over explanations of...
It's falling apart.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, it's an old magazine. So it has their interpretations of psionics, but there's also Sage Advice, which is canon, correct? Sage Advice?
No, Sage Advice is not canon.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, it's only polyhedrons. So, all right, so if you have some questions, they have some guidance in there. We'll go over that later.
Okay.
Now, you have to figure out now you have to roll percentage dice, again, adding 1 point to the total for each unmodified point of intelligence, wisdom, and charisma, a score above 12. Oh, now we need to...
Oh, yeah.
So I said...
17, right?
17 intelligence, 15 wisdom, 14 con is what those are your 3 highest scores that I rolled. You rolled.
I want those. Okay.
Okay, so that means you have 5, 3, and 2. You have 10 points above this that you would add.
Okay.
And now, if 2 of these scores are above 16, this point is double. 3, it's above, it's quadruple. So you don't get that. So now roll D100. 97. Wow.
I'm keeping this character.
97 plus 10, so you have 107 ability. And so what happens is you double it. So you have 107 strength and you have 107 defense. So the way Psionics works, for those who are playing at home, is the way it's implemented in first edition is you have a psionic ability score, which is split between defense and offense. So you have offensive modes and you have defensive modes, which you can have up to 5 in each. And then you have disciplines, which you can do either in combat or out of combat, depending what it is. And many of the disciplines are emulate spells. A lot of them, but some of them are, but they're all mind related. And some of them are completely overpowered. So you are literally a first level character, and you have you're gonna have some very powerful abilities. So you gotta keep rolling.
I was hoping that I might be able to. Can I be
no
venerable?
No,
because then I get a point of intelligence.
Well, I don't know. You have to look up magic user. You're a human magic user.
I'm never gonna be venerable.
You could be.
I could be 91.
You could be 32. That's the most you could be. You could be mature.
I get a point of wisdom. I get a point of wisdom. Oh no, it cancels out.
That's right. You just get more strength. Boo. Okay. Yeah. So rule number 1 in Psionics, you want to roll 97 or above like 4 or 5 times.
All right.
So you've done it twice already.
So what do I have? So what did that 97 do for me?
That figured out that's basically your gas tank of psionic ability.
Wow.
So this is how much power you have. So you have a total of, again, you have 214, which is not bad.
Oh yeah, that's all the points when we like to do battle with somebody.
Right.
You're like subtracting points from each other, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So now you're going to figure out how many attack modes you have. So again, you want to roll very high.
Got it.
Nope, we'll roll that.
How many dice in here?
74. So you have 3 attack modes.
That's not bad.
Right. So you get to choose which your attack modes, which we're not going to choose because you have no idea what they do.
I know. I read them. I have to have Sonic Blast. Don't I always get? Don't I have to have Sonic Blast?
I don't think you have to, but you certainly should.
Because it works against the only one that works against non-Sonic creatures.
Right. So there's 5 attack modes: Sonic Blast.
Well, I want Psychic Crush.
Ego Whip, Insinuation, Psychic Crush.
Oh, I definitely want Psychic Crush. That's the one where I crush your brain, basically.
Right. There's a percentage chance that you may kill them right away.
Oh, I definitely want that one.
Okay.
And
so you got A and you got E. The way they're designated. If you look in the monster manual, you'll see that if the creature has psionics, it has letters, and these letters correspond to the player's handbook, A, B, C. Yep, Psychic Crush can auto kill. It's amazing. So you picked A and E. What's the last one you're going to
I have a question about the difference. It's like a menu.
Right.
Yes, sir. I have a question. Oh, are there any specials? Is there anything off the menu that I could pick?
Well, now you need to pick from the A column.
Oh, that's all I can do? Okay.
Yeah, and then later you will pick from the B column.
This is the price fix menu, so I start with A. Okay, I'd like the Psionic Blast, A.
That's right.
And I'd like
Do you want the side of Mind Thrust with that or not?
Well, I definitely would like the Psychic Crush.
Okay.
I know for sure
the Psychic Crush is excellent.
Is it good?
It is really good. Fresh. It's very good.
Okay, and what would you recommend between the Ego Whip? Sounds delightful. Orange Whip.
That's right.
What movie that's from? Orange Whip.
Was John Julius?
No, Blues Brothers.
Oh, Blues Brothers.
John Candy says Orange Whip. 3 Orange Whips. Okay.
That's right.
What's better? Would you recommend the Ego Whip or the Id Insinuation?
So the Id Insinuation, what's good about it is its range is longer, and it affects all psionically aware creatures within the attack range. So it's more of a bomb, and that's what and as the Chamberlain has said, it's a solid all around attack. So.
Because the Ego Whip sounded fun too, but okay, I'm going to go with your recommendation. Thank you.
So part of the other fun of this is, if you go from the history, this is the second book that came out, right? You'd have to wait a year until the tables came out that would show you the effect of the attack and defense.
Right.
So you really have no idea what impact this has.
When I read this first, I'm not talking about back in the day. I'm talking about like recently. Without realizing there was stuff in the DMG, I'm like, I don't understand how combat works.
I thought they put out the tables in Dragon Magazine, but I don't know if they included the psychic things. Does anyone know when the Dragon Magazine came out with the tables for combat? Because this is all they had was the player's handbook. They didn't have combat tables. They couldn't run the game, and I think at some point in the Dragon Magazine they had put them out.
Mom, I need another book. What?
I need to pay $3.50 for a book, or whatever it was, $3.
So have you tried the Id Insinuation?
No. Most players because most things you're going to fight are non-psionic, so it's all about Psionic Blast.
Yeah, right.
And then if they didn't roll well, then you rolled pretty good. If you didn't roll well, you don't want to fight with other Psionic people because they're going to probably kick your butt.
Right. You don't want to go to a Mind Flayer convention. Okay. I will take your recommendation, and although the Ego Whip sounds like a lot of fun, I guess I will go with the Id Insinuation.
I found that that's a solid choice.
Thank you, sir.
The challenge for you is, so for instance, we're going to talk about it later, which you don't find out, is your Psionic Blast, which is most important. This is a game of money management, Psionics. You're constantly going to be trying to rest to save up, because you only have 107 attack points. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you need at least 100 to use Psionic Blast. You can't go less than 100 to do a blast.
And so I've got to keep track of this on top of my other normal professional.
I'm not keeping track of this
because I'm my professional responsibilities as a magic user too.
And if you cheat or not do it right, if it can't be certified that you're doing it properly, then your Psionics are gone.
Wow. No, from my deity.
That's right, the deity of Overmind. So now I got to roll percentages again.
All right.
26. Well, that's perfect. You get 3 defense modes.
Okay, that sounds great.
Right. So a lot of people take Thought Shield. So now the question here so you have 5 defense modes: Mind Blank, Thought Shield, Mental Barrier, Intellect Fortress, Tower of Iron Will. The first 3 only defend the individual psionic person. The other 2 support other people as well.
I see.
You kind of project 100 points versus non-psionic. So Mind Blank is compulsory. So
I have to take Mind Blanks?
Yep.
Boy, that Tower of Iron Will sure sounds impressive.
Yeah, but it's a drain.
It is a drain.
It's a big drain. So
Thought Shield. What's between Thought Shield and Mental Barrier?
Well, this is the great fun. We don't know because we don't have the DMG out right now. So you would have to be picking this based on pure.
Well,
obviously, it's a better defense because it costs more per usage.
Sir, I'd like to take 1 Mental Barrier.
Okay.
And 1 Intellect Fortress, please.
That sounds good.
Okay.
So F, H, and I. Great.
Is there a special? Can I get an extra one?
Nope.
Today?
No, not today. This is not the Black Friday special.
Okay.
So some people like Thought Shield because it's the only thing. Now I will give you a quick caveat. So Thought Shield is specified. That is the only one that you can put up that you can have at all times, and it doesn't affect your other things.
Oh. All right.
All the other attacks and defenses you have to concentrate on. You can't do anything else.
Okay.
Whereas Thought Shield is kind of like your default, like your alarm is on.
Okay, then I'm going to switch and take that one instead of Mental Barrier.
Mental Barrier? Okay.
I'm going to take Thought Shield instead, please.
Yeah.
You haven't started cooking that one.
No, you're good. We got it in just in time. Okay, so we'll talk about your area protectors. So now you figure out Psionic.
So clearly I must be done because I've been doing a lot of rolling. It's taken a long time. No. So I'm ready to play. Ready to go.
No,
there's more.
There's more.
Okay.
So, and I don't disagree with, and so David's giving some advice here. The challenge, of course, is you wouldn't know this, and if you only have as the player's handbook.
No, you wouldn't.
You have no idea.
That's the way Gary wanted it.
Apparently. So, and you get all this at first level. So you're a first level magic user with 3 hit points or 2.5 hit points. You have Psionic Blast. You can destroy that big guy in Village of Hamlet. Who cares?
Oh,
just
wow.
Blast you dead.
So that's the game changer. Is the Psionic Blast.
This is part 1 of the game changer. Now we're going to get to the next game changer. So now roll percentage. You want to roll high again.
Okay.
49. Okay. So you will earn 2 minor disciplines. So now we've moved to Psionic disciplines. These are these special abilities or basically spells. I mean, for no that you can. So we've gone through this whole Vancian magic where we have to memorize spells and this and that. Nope. Here now you go. You have points, and if you have disciplines that you can use, congratulations. You can use them anytime you want.
Sounds great.
On your first level. So. You rolled 49. You have 2 minor disciplines and 1 major discipline. So roll a D12 and D6.
4.
No, you rolled a 6 total.
Wait, isn't it? It's out of 24, isn't it?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you're exactly right. My apologies. Yeah. Yes, so 4.
Cell adjustment.
Cell adjustment. You got probably the most powerful.
Really?
Oh my goodness.
That sounds boring.
Oh my! It's the best. It's the best. Cell adjustment is by far one of the best things you can get for minor ones. This is the character. You should keep this character.
I'm gonna bring Rob. I'm bringing this character. Right. I'm gonna join your campaign.
That's right.
And this is my character.
Right. 1, animal telepathy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You're a gnome, basically.
I am a gnome. It's appropriate.
Okay, and then you get 1 major one, D20.
Okay, let's do it. Big money.
7. Etherealness. Oh, there you go.
So I can go to the ethereal plane?
Yes.
Like, is that where the Gorgon is?
Yep.
Can I pull his tail?
You could.
Okay.
Well, no, the Gorgon's not on the ethereal plane. His breath projects in the ethereal plane. You can't escape from there. So, animal telepathy.
But he can see me. So
we're not going to go through all the disciplines, but just for instance, since you don't know what cell adjustment is.
I don't.
You've just changed. You don't even need so on the bottom of 111. Yeah. So before we continue, this is one thing that David brought up, which again you have to do. The level of mastery. There's 2 things that kind of want. First, 1 discipline minor can immediately be gained with 1 additional discipline gained with the acquisition of 2 additional levels. So you don't get all these right away. So you're going to have to decide: do you want cell adjustment first or animal telepathy?
Well, it's obvious.
You want cell adjustment.
Animal telepathy.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No. Is it too late? Or is it like that bridge in Bonnie Python? Yes. Okay, no, I meant...
That's right. No, yes.
I meant, yes.
So,
cell adjustment, please.
Cell adjustment. And these require Psionic points, and we'll talk about that in a second. Now, the level of mastery of each discipline equals to the level of experience, and we're going to talk about this. This is somewhat contentious as well. So you are at the first level of mastery, because you'll see that these increase as your level of mastery increases. So, cell adjustment. It's at the bottom of 111. Okay. Oh, right. By means of the psychic attunement of the cells of an injured creature, the possessor of this ability is able to heal wounds at a strength point cost of 1 hit point of wounds healed, or cure disease, a strength point cost of 20, or early stage of 70 for leprosy. The maximum healing depends on the class of the Psionic and the level of mastery. So you're a magic user. So you could touch someone and heal them for 3 points.
Oh, so the maximum healing ability depends upon the... Okay, so that's useful because my DM said that clerics can't have any spells at first level. So now, that's useful.
Does it say how many times a day?
Whoa. It does. No, it does not.
Does not. As long as you have psychic points.
And I have a ton of points.
You can heal 107 hit points now.
Are these attack points or defense points?
These are well, that's another question.
Oh.
So this is now you know why Psionics is crazy. So now it doesn't matter. You're supposed to take them, and we'll talk about this. So if you use one of your special abilities, we'll use that one as an example. When possible, you're supposed to take them evenly from attack and defense.
Okay.
So you end up with half points now that you have to track.
Okay.
It's not even good enough they have to do whole points. Now you potentially have to deal with fractions. Isn't this fun?
This is a lot. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. I'm like an amazing. Wow, if I had been a cleric,
right?
I had 5 points per level.
Yep.
And if I have all those points, yeah, who needs the, I'm the magic user of science, who needs the cleric?
Right, we don't care about a cleric.
You're pathetic.
You're pathetic. Oh, I got you. In fact, now you're really important. You have the sleep spell, and you can heal us for 100 hit points.
And talk to animals.
And eventually telepathy.
Well, I don't know if I have the sleep spell. I have to roll for that.
That's true. Probably you probably have push, but now they keep you around because it's right. You're the heal bot.
Yeah. So you want to hire somebody in your party with psionics?
Absolutely. Unless they track things, which is another story. So these disciplines, just quickly. I mean, this is the minor one.
Track things. You mean like mind flares?
Yes, potentially.
Was that mind flare following us?
Some of these are just ridiculous.
Are most of these okay? A lot. These seem like spells to me.
Yes.
Are there some here though that are clearly not they're not spells available to spellcasters, right? This new stuff, right? Like the cell business.
That's right.
Is new.
That's right.
Because when I was reading this last night, a lot of these seemed like cool spells.
Right.
But I'm like, but why? I would just rather just dump the psionics, shift these over to the spells.
So and you could, some of them, I'm sure people have done that, but some of these are completely overpowered. So you get your first major ability at 5th level. You're a 5th level magic user.
So I'm not going to get that until later.
Right. You're going to get animal something at 3rd, and you're going to get your... Is that the grog line?
I don't think so, considering that's my cell phone. So should I check that?
Sure.
There's nothing better than checking one's cell phone on. Yeah.
Staff meeting, another end of year party that they're wanting you to sign up for. Okay.
Yeah, dealing with my phone.
So when you get to the major sciences, they're crazy abilities. One of the most powerful is a thing called energy control, which is on page 115. So your 5th level, you could get energy control.
Wait, so when do I get? Wait, but I don't. When do I get these? Don't I only get the 2 and the 1?
You get 2 and the 1, but if you would have rolled energy control, you could have access to it at 5th level because in your case you have 2 minors and a major. Right.
Because I rolled. What did I get?
You rolled a 49.
Yeah. What was my major? I'm trying to remember.
Etherealness.
Oh, so when do I get that?
5th level.
5th level.
So at 5th level, you can turn ethereal.
Okay.
For 6 points per turn. You could be for hours ethereal.
What does that do for me?
Well,
do you need a magic weapon?
You go to page 115. The discipline enables the psionic to shift to the ethereal state. At each level, a mastery possessor is able to also cause 50 gold piece of weight material, which he is touching, to likewise become ethereal. Now, you could argue it's just him and not some of his stuff, which you may not be too happy with. He or she can likewise alter body vibrations to materialize in various planes. You can go to different planes with this.
Wow.
5th level. Isn't that awesome? That's right. Energy control is crazy. So, yeah, bring on the mind flares. Yeah, some mind flares. So, energy control. Look at the one above it. The science allows the possessor to channel energies directed at his presence or him or her body. If the spell or energy weapon is directed towards them, it will not harm them, provided the individual expands 1 point per level of spell. You cast a fireball. I pay 3 points, and the fireball dissipates.
So is the problem that when somebody rolls up psionics, are other people jealous and like,
yes,
he's got
it's jealous
psionics?
It breaks the game.
I'm a magic user with 3 hit points, and I rolled push.
And everyone else is garbage, but now you have this.
And I've been told that's the charm of the game.
Right.
And I'm ready to believe it.
Right.
And then this guy walks in with psionics.
And I'm the cleric with 1 spell. Maybe I have wisdom.
Right.
I can heal 10 points, and you can do that. Beep, beep, beep.
Right.
Literally, that's what the monk does. He walks around and just touches people.
And he looks at me when he does it.
Right. And like
a mocking look. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that dude. Unless it's me.
Yeah, and I'm almost to the point, and I'm sure David's chiming in because he's run Psionics. I almost feel like if either everyone has Psionics or a lot of people, or no one has Psionics, because it's cool. If you want to have that kind of sci-fi fantasy world, that's great. But individually here, it's just the luck of the draw that someone gets it, and now they're super overpowered, potentially.
And so then there's Psionic. So how does a Psionic blast?
All right,
so
we'll
the
get to
Psionic
that.
blast, because that's the one, you have to know a little bit about Psionics if you're a DM.
Yes.
Because the party may run into...
But it's a mind flare. And there are a couple other psionic creatures that can use there, but they're typically more spell-like. like the Thought Devourer and some of the other monsters that are psionic. The mole, brain mole, and the gray ooze, they all have various psionic abilities.
Oh, but they're very specific psionic abilities.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. So.
But the psionic blast.
Yeah. So we're going to keep moving on. So we're on page 116.
Okay.
So this is psionic combat. And during psionic combat, the creatures involved can engage in no other activity. The procedure is as follows. Combatants select their defense modes, attack modes, and opponent if multiple creatures. This is where it gets even more crazy. That information is recorded, and the defenses and attacks are matrixed to determine results. So first of all, if you just got this book, ooh, what's this matrix? We don't have it. You'd have to.
Right. Gary's typing it.
That's right. He's working on it.
It's on the typewriter.
Yeah. And expenditure. So then what? So basically, I'm going to make this simple. Unlike regular combat, psionic combat is done in one per segment. So in a round, you could have 10 psionic combat.
Very fast.
It could happen very fast, and it's it's back and forth. It's kind of level drain, and then eventually, what happens is depending on what you pick, it's like a bad game of rock paper scissors, where you're.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like it used to be some of these tabletop football games. Like I'm gonna pick end run,
right? And
you pick this defense, and then we match it up to see what there's. That's what it's.
That's right.
But it's just sort of it's very sort of random. I mean,
you have to learn the skills, and depending on how much. This is where if you've used all your psychic ability, you may be in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So the basic rules are. Psionic creatures get together, they start fighting, they come up with their attack defense simultaneously, you drain down, and eventually someone will not have either the ability to fight or the ability to defend, and then bad things happen at the end.
Yeah, what happens when you run out of psionic points and
you're
at zero?
If you're defenseless and the other one still can attack, then you roll on this table, which is a sad table,
right?
Which we'll go into the DMG.
Right.
So wait a minute, it gets better. So let's say you have multiple psionics in there, so they can share psionic points. So you could have kind of like the head psionic person. Let's say the 3 mind flayers. The other mind flayers could project their points to them, so you could have one kind of psionic death ray to attack the enemy players.
Right.
And vice versa. Let's say half the party has psionics, but they're kind of crappy. They can hand the psionic points to the one who is the most powerful.
I saw that. And it's like a percentage of, right?
Yep,
and it's only the last one. It all stacks with the last one, and he does the business.
Yep. So that's in page 117.
Okay.
So it's just, you want to talk about, now we have in the Dragon 78, that's assuming everyone is doing psionic battle. You have to adjudicate if people are fighting at the same time they're doing psionic combat. Because if let's say you're the mind flayer and you're fighting someone else, I hit you with my sword to distract you. Well, when does that happen?
Yeah, it would be. I think combat is time consuming enough, but to throw in psionics would seem
it would be hard.
Well, but you've done it.
Well. He used it basically he just used it he used the mind blast, and he was very sparingly in doing it. Okay. Because if he kept using it a lot, I would have had more monsters coming. So, so then you talks about use of science and recovery of psionic strength points. So this is where again you've got more math that you have to do, which is if they're sleeping, they get 24 points. If they're walking and like activity, they get 3 points per hour. So if you're not keeping track of time in your campaign, well, you're going to need to because.
That's fine.
Right, which as a DM you should anyway. So there's a lot of challenges with it. It's fun. It seems fun, but it's a challenge. So that's what's in the player's handbook. Then you had to wait a year, and then the DMG came out. And now you have more tables. Finally, you have the matrix that you can actually use this combat. And for those who are looking, it starts on page 76. So this is where so for instance, I have a mind flayer, right? You can't look at that. You're not the DMG.
Oh, sounds good to me.
You're the guy. You can look in your player's handbook.
I'm me.
I'm a mind flayer. Okay. All right. Somehow I see you, you see me, or mentally we see each other. That's another vague thing.
Oh boy.
If all of a sudden I do a psionic blast, right? We roll initiative. Somehow I win initiative. Psychic blast. The non-psychic creatures have to make a saving throw. You, as a psionic creature, can throw up a defense and decide how that's going to be adjudicated. But you don't know what I'm going to do.
Okay.
So what's your attack and what's your defense?
My attack is Psychic Crush, and my defense is Tower of... Oh, I'm sorry. I did Intellect Fortress, didn't I?
Yeah.
Intellect Fortress.
Well, don't tell me. Just...
Oops, sorry. Yeah, you're cheating now because you know what I did.
Yeah, I'm not... I got to look up Mind Flayer. So Mind Flayer has B, F, G, and H. Well, he also has Sonic Blast, so I don't know why they didn't put that there. So okay, I know what I'm doing. Cool. So what are you doing?
I am doing Psychic...
I'm writing it down so you know I'm not cheating.
I want to die. It's fine. Let's make it fast.
Okay.
I'm doing Psychic...
I'm also rolling his abilities, so he has 276. Okay. So 138. Okay, so he has 276 points. You have 214. And what did you do?
He says he has 120 attack and defense. Where's that come
from? Well, what it says here in the monster manual is goes from 241 to 340. So I don't know how that... I assume you rolled a D100 to figure that out, but maybe not.
The only good thing about Psionics is we get that awesome picture. That awesome drawing.
Right there at the bottom of 177.
Exactly.
To show you what a Sonic Blast looks like. And they're off. So because you're a mixed party, he's going to do... I know what he did. So what did you do? What was your attack and defense?
Mine is E, Psychic Crush.
Okay.
And I, Intellect Fortress.
Okay, so... And this is one segment. So he casts... He uses a Sonic Blast, which is A, and you're doing what?
Why am I expecting any moment now David Thompson to be like, you picked what?
That's right.
What an idiot. I picked Psychic Crush. I'm going for the crush, baby.
Yeah, and what was your defense?
Well, you said there was other people, so I did Intellect Fortress. Didn't you say my party?
Yes, you're trying to save them. Okay,
I'm
cool.
trying to save them.
So you lost 1 point, and it cost him 20 to do what he did. 118, and you lost 1 point.
Wait, does that mean I did well? And plus,
yeah, so Intellect Fortress, it cost 1.
Wait, don't I have a chance to kill him?
No, I got to figure that out next. Now, you did Psychic Crush?
Yes, I did.
All right, and he did H, which is, what, Intellect Fortress?
Mental Barrier.
Mental Barrier. So, I'm sorry, he had 126 total Sonic Strength. Actually, that took 7 points. I apologize. Or 16 points, Intellect Fortress. Because what you do is you look at the total Psionic Strength before you decrease it. You look at the attack mode that he used, and then you look at the defense that was put. So that drained 16 points from you.
From me?
Your defense, yes. Because you did Intellect Fortress, right?
I did. Can I just ask, is this the point in time where the other players, they're like opening the chips, they're making a sandwich?
That's right.
Right?
They're making saving throws.
They're in the bathroom.
Well, no, they're
that's
not.
Right. They're not happy.
No, they're not making saving. As long as they were close to you. What's the range for Intellect Fortress? How far do they have to be to you?
Where do I find that? There it is. I'm sorry. Yeah, 10-foot radius.
Okay, so I'm going to say most of the parties next to you, so you defended them from that. But they still have to make a saving throw because it doesn't defend them automatically. It just gives them a save.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Gives them a plus.
Wait, and what happens to them if they don't?
It depends. We're going to get to that.
I thought, did he do a Psychic? What I thought the Psionic Blast.
He did a Sonic Blast.
Oh, God.
He did a Sonic Blast on all you. You did Psychic Crush against him. Your total Sonic Strength, what, 2 something? Correct?
Yes. Yeah, because it was like 1 something.
And he did H, which is what?
Mental Barrier.
Mental Barrier. So you have a 14% chance of killing him.
Oh, that should be awesome.
Right.
I'm first level.
Right. You're a first level magic user. Oh, 20. That was so close.
Oh.
I saw the 0. I'm
yes, I know. We saw lots of zeros.
That's close.
Oh.
So you did that. So now take 14 points off your attack thing.
Okay.
So
what was it, 107?
So now you're at 93.
Can I parlay?
So, okay. So, and this happens every segment. You have to go back and forth until one Psionic person either can attack or one person can't defend, and then you go to the Psionic attack versus defenseless Psionic.
And that's probably not good. Is that fair to say? Once you're defenseless, you're in big trouble?
Yes, because if they do Psychic Crush on you, they have if they have a lot of power still, they can do 97% chance of killing you.
I see.
It's not good. So
that's how it would go.
Right. So now let's go with the rest of the party.
Assuming somebody didn't make a save. What page can I now?
Yeah, so now you can look at page 78. So this is what you're going to be doing as a first level magic user. You meet 20 orcs, right?
Right.
You decide that, you know what, I don't want to fight them. I don't want to use my one's push spell. I'm just going to Psionic Blast them.
Right.
Wow. So what if it's a cone and it has a range, and if you look at the page 78, short, medium, long, it's 20-foot cone that extends from you. And then attacks in series add 50% to the range link. So this is where if you've got a bunch of Mind Flayers, they can just like the Death Star, like see all the points come in.
Yeah.
So you have to first figure out the intelligence and wisdom of the creatures.
And I see we've got a chart there for that.
We do. Well, we
got to figure out the intelligence. So what orcs are average?
Orcs are low or average? I'd say they're average.
What are they? Well, that's an interesting question. I think they're average too. That'd be my guess. I know goblins, I think, are average in parenthesis low.
Right. So one of the advice that the Chamberlain is giving that
average parenthesis low.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you do with that? Does it have average?
It has low and average.
Well, what's average with a parenthesis low?
So it's between. I would just give them a 10 because the high of 8 and 12. So I just.
Aren't I supposed to roll?
Yeah. It would be like a 4 to 10. So do 2d4 plus 2.
2d4.
That's my guess because we're running out of it. This is how you play D&D. 8. So he's got 8 intelligence. Okay. And then, that was wisdom. 8 wisdom.
8 wisdom.
And intelligence is in the monster manual.
Oh, yeah. Well, it says it's
here, low to average.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It says average with a below in parentheses. They're not going to tell it.
Low to average. So, again, 5 to 7. So I'm going to give them 6 and 9, 15, 7.5. So you have the total of 18 points.
Okay.
We'll just keep it simple.
So you got to roll up all of this stuff for every single. You'd have to do every one of them, right?
Yeah.
If there's 6 orcs.
Yeah.
You have to. Okay.
Yeah. No. Well, I would make them average. I'd make them all the same.
Theoretically,
right? In theory, that's right.
You should roll up.
In theory, yes. If you're playing this old
by
school,
the book,
that's right.
You roll up everyone.
You're gonna make them average. These are not average orcs. So what happens is, if a psionic attacking creature must have a current psionic attack strength 100 or more.
I do.
You can't use psionic blast against a non-psionic, but so in this case you could.
Okay.
So they have 17 intelligence. If they're short range, it's 14, 13, or 12. That's their saving throw. Okay, so we'd have to make saves, and then there's adjustments. This is where your intellect fortress gives them +2 to their save.
Okay.
The Tower of Iron Will gives them +6.
Right. Okay. Okay.
So that's where the advantage comes. You get drained by it, but you also protect the party.
I like how dwarves and halflings get adjustments, but gnomes don't. But whatever.
Well, that makes perfect sense to me.
Okay.
Because gnomes should be fried. They should be totally destroyed.
It should be a huge negative. Yeah.
So if you start rolling, I have to roll for let's say there's only 6 orcs. Save. Good for them. Fail.
Fine one.
Fail. And save.
So 3 failed.
3 failed. So now, for those that failed, you have to take their combined intelligence and wisdom, 17, and now roll percentages for each of them.
Okay, and I kind of like this chart, actually.
Yeah, you do.
29?
29. Stunned.
So one is stunned. 85.
85, confused.
And 44.
44. Stunned. I'm sorry. We said 17 intelligence, right? Or 18? What did I say? 17. Bunch of stunned. They're stunned. Stunned. 2 to 8 turns where character is in stunned condition. So see combat. They're stunned.
Okay.
So they're stunned. They really can't do a whole lot now. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah. So okay, and this goes. So what is this order? Mm-hmm. Does it go from best to worst or least?
It's from least to worst, but they're all bad.
Well, death is obviously the worst.
Right.
But why is a coma so a panic is worse than permanent insanity?
No, you're right. It's all over the place.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
And so it's for average people, or slightly, not even say average people, for people who are exceptional, like for instance, let's say you have a 15 wisdom and intelligence, your chance is very high to become feeble-minded if you fail your save, which is terrible.
Because that's true. That's true. Because you have to. How do you get fixed?
You have to get a heal or a restoration.
Okay.
Or wish.
Yeah.
All memories gone. You cannot attack or defend.
Okay.
I mean, literally, you're a 10th level cleric magic user or whatever. Now you're just a babbling idiot. And you could do this as a first level magic user. So this is where it could be. So if you're going to allow it as a DM, this is where, like it's a forbidden art, and maybe the powers that be try to wipe it out, kind of like the Firestarter kind of thing, where, the campaign is once you're identified, you're like a mutant basically, and people are trying to, you have a dark art that they're trying to kill.
It's terrible. So you can be like, hey, watch this. You're like in the bar.
Right.
The dude becomes feeble-minded.
Exactly.
That's terrible.
He
may die.
Except it's a cone, and you may wipe out a bunch of people there.
And you have no idea, like, what their combined intelligence and wisdom. Some are dead.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Because it's stunning news that just shocks them out. So
and they have no idea.
They have no idea.
Wait, can you see this? I know here we can see but do you see?
No, because
it's just like wavelengths or whatever.
It's all mental. There's nothing in the thing that requires.
So they have no idea that you've done it. You're in the corner,
right.
And you're like, hey, watch this, dude.
That's right. You don't have to do anything. Just maybe you have to do a twitch or something, and then everyone just collapses.
That's terrible.
It's terrible. It's amazing. So this is why Psionics just are painful. So again, without going too much into it, that's the basics. You have combat. It's done by segment, and you have psionic versus non-psionic combat. Okay. Very painful, and you have to be very now. Some of the things that you can mitigate, because of course this wouldn't be a D&D game unless you had ways to make this a little more painful. That's right. You find that the bartender's psionic. So
that's right. That's right.
You can. There's a rule in later about encounters. You have psionic encounters. If you opt, this is an Appendix C under Random Monster Encounters, page 182. If you opt to include psionic powers in your campaign, then certain random encounters will be psionically empowered creatures. So, hey, party members, isn't this great? Not only do you don't have the psionic ability, but now you get to have more psionic creatures come.
So this is your list. So if you want, at least from the Monster Manual, if you want a list of psionic creatures,
right,
this is the list.
Check for random encounters as normal, but if the player party has used psionic powers during the last turn or spells resembling psionic powers during the last round, then there's a chance a 1 in 4 if the encounter is otherwise indicated. After checking for random encounters, roll d4 and if is psionic. If the second table is positive, go to the psionic encounter table and check there if the creature is involved. The encounter otherwise occurs as normal, allowing certain creatures will not be detected by the party. So use any of these spells or use psionic abilities and you roll up an encounter. 1 of 4 of these, you will now get this. Roll the percentages.
Great Ooze has Psionics?
Yes.
I didn't think it could think. So it'll do a Psionic Blast on you?
No, it has Mind Whip or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. 10. Oh, Cerebral Parasite shows it. 3 to 12 of them. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah, so is that the way you try to dissuade people? You're like, look, you can roll for psionics, but you need to understand something. Don't you, you might get random monsters that have psionics. Don't you, when you use psionics, isn't there something where you attract other psionic creatures?
Well, that's what this is basically.
That's what this is for. Yeah.
This is what this is for, and certain monsters, if they detect it within that. So now's another thing as a DM. You have a gray ooze, or you have Intellect Devour, one of these, if I remember. If they sense it, they start moving towards you.
Right.
So you got to be paying attention to that too. So.
So basically, after I do the Sonic Blast in the bar, like 12 gray ooze, they're going to start coming in all of a sudden.
They're coming, yeah. So they're
coming down the road.
So for instance, Intellect Devour on page 54. If psychic energy from abilities or magical means is used nearby 60 feet, they will stalk the user, seeking time to attack him alone and by surprise. The monster then leaps on the victim, rearing with its claws and cycling, attacking with ego whip or insinuation. Then it will, if psionically successful, Devour will then house itself in the mindless body, seeking to deceive others and assuming the character has been slain. You know what
I have to say about all this? I'm really looking forward to my game of Holmes Basic.
That's right, Holmes Basic. That's right.
All weapons do 1 die 6.
So there is a lot of ambiguity, and David's been mentioning it, and I'm sure others have got. Dragon's Foot, I'm sure, has got 1,000 posts on that. But if you go to Sage Advice, they try to handle some of that. So again, on page 78, they deal with some of the ambiguity. So for instance, one of the ambiguity in issues is that there's a very declarative statement in the player's handbook that says the level of mastery is equal to the level of the character. So when you get that 5th level, when you become 5th level and you get that major discipline, if you read it as written, rules as written, that means you become 5th level mastery. That doesn't make any sense, right? So it says here, under on the bottom of 111, the level of mastery of any discipline equals the level of experience of the character possess it. But if you go to, let's say, body weaponry, if you go to the major disciplines, which you wouldn't get to 5th level, you'll notice, for instance, that molecular manipulation has a first level of mastery. Well, so how does that make sense? So what they say, and I agree with it, is the level of mastery is equal to the level that you attained, the item. So if you were 5th level, for the purposes of molecular manipulation, you are 1st level mastery, even though you're a 5th level person. That's what they say, and I agree with it. But if you're going to play it rules as written, it says at the bottom, the level of mastery of any discipline equals the level of experience of the character possesses, unless specified otherwise. So these are some of the. So again, the takeaways, Dan. Since if you're thinking about it, you've got to spend time figuring about it. You got to figure out what it means. You got to see what they roll up, and it could be a high stakes game after that.
And I see here there's a discussion then about humans, dwarves, and halflings. Right. Sage of Ice says yes, and there's some disagreement about whether elves could have it, but apparently Gary somewhere had suggested they could.
Right.
Roger Moore said no, and so Sage Advice here says yes. And then, of course, if it's elves, then, of course, it's half-elves.
Right.
And as usual, my 2 favorite character classes are the only ones out, gnomes and half-orcs. That's fine. That's why I like them, because we're on the outside looking in.
So the Dragon 78 has 3 articles of value. One is they try to tame / make it more manageable, the Psionics as they are written. Then there's the Sage of Ice, which try to adjudicate the rules. And then there's a Psionicist NPC, which I think is very appropriate.
Oh, okay.
So the first article is called Mind Games, and you can look that up. Right? And then the second article is the Sage Advice. And then the third one is an NPC called the Psionicist.
Wait a second. Hold on.
Uh-oh. What?
This is incredible. You know what that picture is?
Tower of Xanathus?
No.
Oh.
I think that looks like, hold on, that looks like Cromard.
That's right, Cromard.
From Citadel. Hang on, let's get to Cromard.
Well, he's in
now
there.
I'm interested.
Okay, now he's interested. Hold on.
Right? Where's Citadel by the sea?
You know who's not interested? The people on the video.
They're not.
They're all dropping like
Okay,
this.
hold on. Okay.
Yeah, and just I'm looking at the comments. Yeah, right. You could roll up an Archdevil. You're exactly right on that table. So your 1st level, you use your cell adjustment.
That'll teach you. Yeah.
You're in Keep of the Borderlands, or you're in Temple of Village of Hamlet. You're supposed to get an orc. You roll the d4, and all of a sudden an Archdevil shows up.
Okay.
Crazy.
Okay, there's the Citadel. Okay. So you got a picture of the Citadel.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks pretty simple. Well,
I know, not really. But then, okay, see, he's being held there. You see him being held? How are we doing on time? See him being held there? Up there? There's
yeah,
Cromard.
he does look. He looks very similar.
He's got that beard, and then look.
He looks very similar.
Doesn't that look like they're trying to do a Cromard instead of?
And I really don't understand the picture, because why is he looking at himself looking at something?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, but there is, if you keep going, there is a Psionicist character.
Oh, all right. He is Psionicist, be sick.
So that's kind of, if you want to flavor it in, you could do that.
26. Let's say page 26.
So it's
Arthur
an NPC.
Collins, and now the Psionicist. Okay.
But I think your campaign would be considerably different. I mean, magic is already, make it wizards and sorcery. If you want to do a sci-fi thing, you could do that too. It's hard because, the Mind Flayer is cool. You want to use them. You don't want to lose that ability, So.
Well, you got to, you've got to deal with creatures that have.
That's right.
I mean, I don't think, does anyone say when I don't allow psionics, they're not saying that the Mind Flayer doesn't exist, are they?
No. I think, though, you're going to have to figure this out at some point.
Unfortunately.
Right.
Well, but the good news is that, wait, but only Psionic Blast, all that other, like, let's say that other stuff.
But some of them have the disciplines, like devils, demons, Quattles,
right.
Kirin, anything that's a psionic creature has the major and minor disciplines. So you're still going to have to figure some of that out.
So they're spell-like.
Yes.
I gotcha. Okay.
So it's not really optional. It's only optional for the player.
Right.
And again, as you saw, what's the chance of you getting it? Well, you did it right here, sitting here.
Right.
And, it should not happen more than once every 5 or 6 years if you have 6 characters, and they replace them every year. But it's still, yeah. And so I think this is where, if you have good players, it'll be fine. If you have players who are just trying to power game,
right,
you got to be careful because you have to use these other rules, and now you've put the rest of the party in danger.
You know what I've learned from all this is that
you learned something from me. Well, thank you.
I
appreciate that.
This is what I learned. This is how little respect the Bard gets. The Bard is Appendix 2.
Right.
It's behind Psionics.
Yeah, and I'm hopefully when we talk to who are we talking to at the end of the month again?
David Wesley.
Yeah, I'm curious how they use Psionics back in the day because obviously this was a thing.
Where did it come from?
Yep.
Why were they using it?
Yep.
Did they like it?
That'd be a great discussion.
What does he think of gnomes? There's so many questions.
Well,
right.
Every gnomes have become PC. People no one likes hate, so they just say it's fine.
Right.
It's like a hat. They're virtue signing, as we said. They love gnomes, and even on Twitter. Hey, well, we were about to sign off. Good.
Checking in. We're out.
Checking out.
Does this mean we should stop talking about Vic?
No, we should stop talking. How are you, sir? Good to see you. And the only reason we're ending soon is because he's got a game to go to. He's running Tower of Xenopus. So
look at his shirt, Vic.
Look at that. See, thanks to him. Look at that. Look, do you have the video or DVD of this?
Have you gotten it yet? We know that it was coming out, and I believe it has extra material.
That's right. Nice. Yeah, we'd love to see it.
So he does have it? Is that what that's...
No, I think he's just saying nice for the shirt.
Right, right.
Oh, he's waiting on it. Thank you, sir. Okay. Anything else? So playing Psionics, I think there's value to it. I just think you've got to go in eyes wide open, and you should talk to your players about that this opens the world of Psionics, and if you're going to play it as written, you have a chance. So if most dungeons, for instance, have a 1 in 6 chance per turn of an encounter, and then you have a 1 in 4 chance of it being psionic, that's pretty scary.
Yeah, I've not been so. I've enjoyed learning about a lot of interesting monsters and spells that I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I like those now. I've not been convinced on psionics. As you know, that I don't like things that you got to spend a lot of time dealing with, slowing down the game, and I just get the sense, and I don't like power. So to me, it has two things: it's power gaming and it slows down the game, and there's two things I tend not to like.
Well, yes, and it requires, like some of the folks are saying, you need players who are going to. They can't be the casual player who's like, oh, I'm going to do this, and then you have to figure out what that is. They have to know what's going on. Well,
and that's good, and David Thompson obviously likes it and has been successful with it, and that's what's great is that. People like some aspects of the game, other people like other aspects of the game. And
going back to my story, the person who had it was a seasoned player. He understood the rules as far as using it when it was appropriate. I was okay him using cell adjustment, which he's had, because it fixed the issue of them resting, and it was almost a way to keep the game going, moving forward. And still characters die because he couldn't heal them fast enough from the beatdowns.
Right.
And so that was the style of play. It just changed the modifier. I was making encounters. I wasn't nerfing the encounters anymore. When they were going against the giants and they were complaining because they were like 6th and 8th level, I'm like, well, you've got specialization that you all wanted. You got a guy who has cell adjustment who can heal 100 hit points or whatever.
Oh, he had cell adjustment?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So, no, you get to fight powerful things, and be careful what it is. It's high risk, high reward at that point.
Right, sure.
And he died a couple of times, so it worked out. It was fine. It was okay because that was really the only thing he used as far as his disciplines. The other disciplines he had were very monk-like, like mind over body equilibrium and mind over matter, the ones that let you kind of not be affected by cold or this or that. So I was okay with it. And I think of the times he played, he Sonic Blast 1 time.
Right.
So it wasn't a big drain down. Okay, excellent.
And we see Vic noted there that Psionics was said by Gary Gygax. He said it was a mistake at one time, apparently.
Yeah, could be. And
we can neither confirm nor deny it.
That's right. Well, we trust Vic. He's part of the crew.
You trust the Scourge?
I do trust the Scourge. The Scourge is he's a trusted confidant. Which, by the way, I want to show the light has been restored. The flame. I did restore the flame. I went out and got some lights.
To our demon, right? For people listening to the podcast.
That's right.
Is it Groggy?
Groggy is
Groggy, our demon idol.
Yes, the demon idol. The flame had had gotten very dim, like our you. Oh, by the way, you missed us drinking, so that's
yeah.
We've been drinking this thing, so 8 in the morning. It's all good stuff. All right, so do we have a suggestion?
Well, I was gonna suggest Psionics, but now my suggestion is don't use Psionics. That's my suggestion.
Okay, I think that's a fair suggestion. I think if you're going to use it, don't do that in your first campaign. Don't let them do that. We agree. Probably, it's about time. It makes
can of beer in the morning.
That's right. The more you drink, the better this gets.
People were surprised to find out that we hadn't been drinking before.
No, they assumed,
that was us.
They assumed we've been drinking.
Not drinking.
That's exactly right.
Do you realize that if I drank this entire thing, so this is a mug full of about a bottle and a half.
A bottle and a half. That's
right. That would not be good.
I assume I'm giving you a to-go cup. This is, by the way, this is all evidentiary stuff that they're going to use against you.
I had a player once in one of our, I don't know if you were in the group at that time, that he asked, and he hadn't played before, and he asked if it was okay to bring alcohol. Mm-hmm. We're playing at like 1 PM.
Oh, yeah, I haven't done that.
To bring alcohol to the game. And then he wanted to sneak it in.
Oh,
like when I told him, like, I don't think you should bring it. I don't know if they, because they have a liquor license, and he wanted to sneak it. He was going to sneak it in. And
if I'm in the private room, I wouldn't do it out in the public room. Well, I think I have drank in the, because there's a bar down the street. It's down the shopping center.
You were drinking during my games?
Not your games.
As the DM?
No.
Don't drink and DM.
I don't remember. I may have done.
I don't remember that game.
I definitely know when John was there. I have, but again, I had 2 beers. I wasn't going to get.
That's so fine.
I'm glad others didn't drink because I'm sure there would have been a fight after that. That may be another.
Oh, wait a second. No wonder. It all makes sense.
It all makes sense. Okay.
It all makes sense.
If I'm playing a gnome, I have to start drinking. That's
it. All makes sense. All right. Do you have a suggestion?
I don't have a suggestion. Well, I was going to suggest this, but we haven't seen it yet, so we can't.
Let's suggest number 78.
Which could.
It's got Citadel by Sea, Dragon number 78.
Yes, I think we have before, but it is, again, this is our suggestion redux.
It is. We run out of
ideas. I know. If someone, we need to give that away. I mean, I don't know if someone wants a crappy version of 78, but if anyone wants it, send it to info@grogcon.com, and the first person to say I would like that
gets it for $15.
And no, it's not. We're not going to give it to them for $15. We're going to, if it's, if it doesn't cost me $100 to send it to you, I'll be happy to send it to you gratis because we would love to do that.
All right.
Yes, it was a giveaway, and no one took it. So apparently no one still wants it.
We're trying it again.
I'm trying again.
We can't give it away.
I try to give it to you. I try to do that.
I so much didn't want it, I bought another one. Not that one.
So bad.
Have you seen this? This is like $3 on eBay.
All right, well, instant message me and I'll...
They don't understand how good an adventure.
So send it to info@grogcon. Send your address, and I will. I'll ship it away over there.
Citadel by the Sea. That makes my top 5 list.
Yes, it's a great module.
It is a great module. It's got a good baddie, an interesting NPC.
No, it's a great module. I mean, I would have paid if besides the cost of the Dragon magazine, I would have paid for that. It's as good as some of the other ones. So yes,
it's as good as Citadel by the Sea, as good as some of the other adventures.
I would rather play Citadel by the Sea than Keep of the Borderlands.
See, I don't know. I've always been nervous about saying stuff like that because is the Gary crowd going to come after you?
I don't think so. I think people understand Keep of the Borderlands as not being an exceptional mod. There's information that's exceptional. The first parts where Gary talks about how to DM is very good.
It's very useful.
But the module, and it's good because it literally, you go to a town and you drop in there, but the module itself is kind of all over the place.
You know what I like better in that module is I like the forest area. We got that
Mad
Hermit.
The Mad Hermit.
Yeah, no, that stuff was entertaining to me.
The troglodytes or whatever they are.
Yeah, that part. But I agree with you. I don't think it was a great module. I didn't really know what to do with it, but maybe that was because I was not a very experienced DM. It may be that you're supposed to just do more stuff. Maybe we should do a B1.
Well, the good thing about
B2, not B1.
The good thing about B2 is it's very long. I mean, you get your money's worth. You can you don't have to write your own module. Anyway, my point is this had a better story and it's a better thing.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we need to roll D10 for our.
Oh, sorry, it's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be like
probably gonna be 10.
It's a 1. No, it's a 1.
I think I did a lot of work on this thing.
No, and I appreciate that. I appreciate it. No, it's not you. It's Psionics.
Now it's not you. It's me.
No, it's not.
Are we breaking up? Is that what's happening?
That is.
Now? Is it
no.
live on TV?
You played the hand you were dealt, and you played it very well. It just, I don't think it was a great hand.
Yes.
Well, we'll find out. Maybe David Thompson's right.
That's right. 9. See? Why?
I'm wrong.
Don't doubt.
I'm wrong.
Don't.
All right. Psionics for everyone. Look underneath your chair.
Psionics
everyone
for everyone.
Gets psionics.
Yes. I don't know. I kind of go back.
This is your character. Let's see. Nope.
No, I don't
no
have
psionics for you, buddy. Just for me.
I
See if Vic gets psionics. A 1.
1.
He's like so unpsionic.
Well, and you know, they mentioned in the Dragon 7-8, you can wish to be protected from certain psionic abilities.
Can I wish for psionics?
Well, you can wish for the ability scores to get raised, and then every time your ability score gets changed, you can get.
I can't just wish for psionics.
I don't believe so, but you can increase that now. So because in the deities and demigods, there's a psionic level 6, I think they call it, which is basically you're immune to psionic abilities, except. I forgot a part. I was just trying to wrap this up, but apparently. I hope you're not gonna let them roll. You know, I'm gonna find while you're driving over there. I'm gonna text you. I'm sure there's optional Holmes basic rules
Psionic
for
rules,
and I'm gonna say you got to use them.
Yes, exactly. You're gonna follow me there. You're like a gray ooze.
That's Intellect Devourer. That's me. I'm gonna walk over there with my brain on 4 things there. Okay, so we've got. Actually, I need to publish last week's thing, the optional bard, which was very good. That'll be going up this weekend. We are on YouTube, of course. We're on Twitter. Our website is grogcon.com, Google Play, iTunes. Please review, like, and subscribe. It's really nice for us. Our subscriber count is increasing, which is always nice. Not because we're vain, but it's always nice to have some validation to say that we're doing a good job. Appreciate. Yes, all I want for Christmas is to be strangled. Yes.
Right now we're a level 1 podcast.
We are.
I really want to be level 2.
I'd like to get to level 2.
Subscribers is experience points.
It is.
And we're a fighter. We don't have that many experience points.
So no gift. Yes, we don't have a lot of experience points. Our first adventure, we didn't get as much done as we would like to get done. So, well, you know, I'm living on the edge. She's gonna have to stand in line to strangle me. There's a lot of people who want to strangle me.
I see some good T-shirt ideas here.
I like.
Don't you think? Do you think we need like an Emperor Strangler T-shirt for Jeannie?
That's right. I am the Emperor Strangler. Right. The Empress. Well, I get the question then is for everyone, because we are the 2-headed troll. If I get strangled, are you okay? If you just have my dead, strangled head next to you?
Oh, I'm fine.
You're okay. You just
what?
Our image is a 2-headed troll. Remember, 2-headed giant.
Oh, that'd be terrible.
And my head is
strangled. That's like when the ladybugs or whatever. Like one of them is.
Just have this decaying.
Oh no!
Are you okay or not okay?
I gotta get that. No, I gotta get that cut off.
You have to cut off like a.
Wait, don't you regenerate a head?
We're not. Are we trolls or are we ogres? I'm not sure.
We're 2-headed troll.
Oh, they thought we were an Etten. If we're not,
no, we're the 2-headed troll.
Oh, we are a 2-headed troll.
Well, Mom was an Etten.
That's right. Mom
was an Etten and a troll.
Papa was a Rolling Stone.
Mama was an Etten. Daddy was a troll.
Yeah, so
you should do a country song for us.
Oh,
yeah. That. Mama was an Etten.
My mama was an Etten.
Daddy was a troll.
Daddy was a troll. Giant 2-headed troll.
You're ready to go.
That's it. Yeah, Etten troll crossbreed. They can't. Well, as long as it's not cut off, I guess I would regenerate. So she's gonna have to choke me out for a long time. Too good looking for a troll. Wow.
That's getting rough. Just let me shut it down.
Yes, we can only be surprised 1 in 6. We're actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
So, all right. So next week, what's next week's exciting episode? Because we're running at the end of the year.
Well, I assume we're having a holiday special, right? Because I've gotten stuff for the holiday special.
Okay. So the question I have is: are we doing that next week, or are we doing it 2 weeks from now?
Oh, I think we do. Well, it doesn't matter, right?
Well, 2 weeks from now is the 21st. So.
What's the other one? What's before?
Well, we have multi-class. That's what we have next on our list.
Well, holiday special should probably. We don't even know if shouldn't there be a theme?
Can be. That's what we have to talk about. So we're either going to do I'm trying to just get at, are we doing the holiday special or are we doing multi-class? Because that's what's next on the
We should do multi-classes. We should do the holiday episode right before Christmas.
Okay, and then the following week we're doing the Dave Arneson Minneapolis, Minnesota extravaganza, something like that.
Exactly. Right, an episode dedicated to Dave Arneson and the Minneapolis groups and to Dave Wesley.
Yes, it's the holiday special.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll come up with one of the songs from Firestarter. That would be amazing. I still have to work on so, and you've got some work to do because I have the modules from the GrogCon and the summer things, but I don't have all the other accoutrement that you made, which you did a great job.
Well, yeah, the accoutrements, the
NPCs and the table tents and anything like that.
Table tents.
I don't know if you have the table tents, but I should you have the template. Or you just make them and throw them out. Okay.
Well, it's online, and you just redo them. You do it online. So you need the NPCs.
You should be lucky if all we do is dance. Vic's like Dan and James dancing. We could be singing and. I'm
bringing eggnog and a little bit of brandy.
Apparently, this is how it could be.
Yeah.
It's like what's the people on NBC, the Hoda and what's her name, Kelly or not Kelly? What's her name? The Kathy and Hoda. Kathy and Hoda. They drink wine. We're gonna just start drinking.
And on the Graham Norton show. They give the guests alcohol if they want it.
Right.
So why not?
We're going to start. Right. Yeah, I don't think that's a great idea. I think that's a horrific idea.
Okay.
So we will see you all next week. Again, if you have other comments, please put them in here. Info at GrogCon. Again, also wanted to do a quick shout out before we leave. Brendan did a nice job reviewing GrogCon. I forgot to mention this.
That was very nice of him. Yes, he came to GrogCon. And I gave a very positive review, so we appreciate that.
And I'm going to put that in the links if you want to see that. Smoking cigars and drinking brandy. Amen to that, brother. I have a doctor's visit on Christmas Eve. I'm sure he'll recommend that.
No, we already rolled your lifespan. You have
3 years. I have 11.
Right. See, that's what. See, it's all.
Eat, drink, and be merry.
It's all coming together. All right, I'm going out with a flash, baby.
Flash.
Going out with a flash, like a fireball. A delayed fireball.
Delayed blast, blaze of glory.
That's how I want to go out, with a delayed blast fireball.
Yes, knife in hell. Well, if I'm going to be strangled, I might as well have all that.
That should be the opening band for the Pseudo Undead, Delayed Blast Fireball.
DBP?
Wait, DBF. I can't spell. DBF.
Yeah, DBF. And now, DBF.
That's the punk band.
That's right.
DBF. Yeah, Delayed Blast Fireball. And they'll have, at the end of the show, a little fireball goes.
They explode.
They just blow up. The new band every time.
That's right. Yeah, they knew. I was going to join DBF, but it's too short.
They need a new gimmick.
That's right.
It's too dangerous.
Delayed blast fireball. That would be amazing.
The Pseudo Undead, though. That's going to be cool. I like the Pseudo Undead, don't you?
The Pseudo Undead. That would
be good. We're the Pseudo Undead.
And now, you're from Orlando. Yes. Pseudo Undead.
Undead. I'm Spectre. You're Ghoul.
I'm Ghoul.
Drummer's like Gas.
I think there's a band that just kind of does that.
That band stinks. Literally.
Literally. Standing there collapsing.
People are vomiting.
Throwing up.
Energy drain.
That's right. They can't do that. That would be amazing.
That's true. No, because what it is, it's like it's a placebo.
Oh, that's right. They think people.
Oh my God, I've been energy drained.
That's right. They just collapse. That would be amazing.
Right.
That would be You know what? Maybe your first level magic user is a Pseudo Undead. They're humanoids. Yeah. That's your character.
That's what I want to be.
You should make an NPC Pseudo Undead Spectre magic user with Psionics.
There it is.
Okay. So thank you so much, guys. We will see you next week on GrogTalk.
See you then.